Add pony puns to it. It just gets strange.
Anyway, onward with the recap.
Onward with Breaking Ted.
We saved a bunch of ponies that
4 different ponies from the tribes.
From 2 different tribes from the tribes of Turfs.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh yeah, that's why we have called.
From the Red Rock and the Black Hooves.
Yeah, and we were invited to take part in the annual meeting of the tribes that they are holding. So we then traveled back to Ville, got some stuff done, and then continued on to this meeting where we currently are. We have met up with 2 clans at this point.
The Red Rock.
We've set up a separate camp, and we have we've basically been told to take part in a couple of challenges.
Games.
No games.
No cheating.
There we go. No cheating. Yes.
See, here's the thing about cheating. There's no rule against it. If you get caught, don't get caught.
We're basically there to get them to cooperate with Taralos.
Basically, our actions reflect the city. So if we're cheating, then that says a lot about the people that we're representing.
Yes.
You guys are basically representing your own clan, which in your case is...
Don't matter to me!
We are all representing Taralos.
So if you screw up, then basically, or are cheating, then basically you're harming the place where you're staying.
All right, well, we'll just see if there's rules. What the rules are. You ain't cheating until you know what the rules are.
That is not
you guys
wrong.
That is true. But you guys haven't found out what to do yet, so, yeah.
No, Matt was rather closed about that.
Alright, so that you obviously met with the 2 of the clans, the Red Hooves and the Red Rocks, last time, and got to know them a little bit. The Black Hooves were quite open to offering help, but still couldn't outright just offer it to you. You still needed to at least prove yourself in some way. The Red Rocks were more hesitant with offering support, though he was willing to obviously meet with you and thank you for helping his
son. Yes.
With the other tribes, none of them have sent anyone to approach or anything like that, and it's unlikely they are to do so unless, well, you prove yourselves. So, with obviously daffodils and I will remember this pony's name if it kills me.
Lark Song?
Yeah, Lark Song.
Lark Song, Daffodil Blooming, Dawn Rising, Night Blessing.
Yeah.
Lux on, Lux off.
But yeah, the other clans are the Stone Marchers, Thornbriar, and Bloody Deer.
Don't piss off the bloody ear.
Yeah. Please don't piss off the Bloody Ear clan.
I mean, the
There's
name kind of spoke for itself.
Well, do you want to know the name of the leader of the Bloody Ear clan?
Oh, that's all you go. Please.
Tongue Splitter.
Yep.
Wait, what splitter?
Tongue Splitter. Yeah.
So yeah, on your own peril be it.
If you piss them off, you're on your own.
The little image of Guiding Light there looks like a pony on a scooter. Those little foot-powered scooters.
Not quite, but yes.
All right. So, you guys are able to rest from obviously you're traveling and meeting some of the locals. In the morning, Larksong will tell you a little bit more about the various competitions they have going on, and basically says it's what is it? They're not some grand tournament or anything else like that, with like one clear victor among them all. It's more small individual contests that take place against different members of the tribes to prove their worth against each other. So, where all of you will be able to obviously take part in all the different games, you won't be allowed to compete against each other. You would be expected to compete against other members of the Turbs tribes, but you can all enter in individually.
Could be fun.
Will we given a list of what's able to be participated in, or will that be told for us?
So he goes, so the different trials, I'll list them all, and you can inquire about which ones you want to know about.
Yeah,
There's a chance you might want to do them all.
Fizzle's going to investigate into the different ones.
Yeah.
Fizzle?
Or not
Fizzle.
I was talking about Fizzle somewhere else.
Who's this Fizzle that you speak of?
Lucky Break was planning on investigating them to hope that there's at least something that he can handle.
All right, so he goes, the different trials are a trial of strength, a trial of agility, wrestling,
Hell no.
trial of accuracy, riddle contests, and performances.
Lucky Break thinks I can probably do these last two, because in the order, no, definitely not.
It was like, no, fuck no.
Yeah, Lucky Break is not very suited for wrestling.
You think you're not the only one?
Pigwing is like as each one is, he's kind of looking at him. No. Maybe that one. No.
Strength, agility, wrestling.
Trial of accuracy, riddle contest, and performance.
Riddle contest.
There's accuracy, agility, and performance.
Lucky sees the performance and he's like, I can do that.
Strength, agility,
Okay.
wrestling, accuracy.
Go through each one so we can hear them, please.
Well, which one would you want to know about first?
Strength.
So, this is a tug of war, where each pony bites down a pull in opposite directions. For this one, four players each enter the contest, and they split into pairs. And each pair will obviously compete against the other three until there is a victor. So 2 of you would be able to compete on this particular trial.
Yeah, except none of them. Except I'm the only one with any probably positive strength.
Then
Positive strength.
I mean, I actually do.
then I recommend finding somebody with stamina to them as well.
Nope, that's where I fail. I'm like, if you want to talk about positive strength, I have that a little bit.
Now,
Stamina?
question is, I didn't hear anything in there about saying using magic was against the rules.
This said
Oh.
using your
Is there?
It's all a test of your own ability, not how well
Yeah.
you can enhance yourself with magic.
Part of Pingwing's own ability is using magic.
Well, you would be expected to remove all magical items and not to have any spells cast upon yourself.
Ah, okay. That's no fun. Just hold person.
It's a test of your true strength.
Yeah.
Not...
I want to see about asking for one of the those from the Red Rock then potentially.
Well, you wouldn't. As you are your own tribe, you'll be expected to work with your tribe members, not from others.
Yeah, like unfortunately,
My strength is positive. I mean, I don't have a positive bonus, but I do have an 11.
I have a 13 in strength. It's just once you say stamina, the Constitution kind of.
Well, fortunately, there's not just one contest that you have. So
I think basically we have, if it's something equivalent, like we just don't have enough with just beyond like 1 versus 1 because of the way our group is. Unfortunately, we've just that diverse, so it's like.
So it looks like your options are, at least with today, your options are Guiding Light and Guiding Light.
Potentially. What's agility? We'll we'll go through from each one so we can sort of decide why we're thinking about it.
So, with agility, there's an obstacle course has been set up. And 6 people are to enter the race. And the agility test will test your acrobatics and acrobatics and mostly all around your acrobatics with
it will test your acrobatics and your acrobatics.
Yep. You'll be jumping, walking along narrow edges. Any ability to fly is banned.
No flying.
Yep. Are contestants allowed to interfere with each other?
It is a test of your ability, not how well you can interfere with others.
I mean, you could just make it extra difficult to be agile to avoid others. But that's why I wanted to ask.
It's meant to be a fair contest.
Yeah, it's fair if everyone's allowed to do it. That's why I asked.
Just remember what what they espouse is strength and honor for the Red Rock. Is the Black Rock tricksters, but
that's why I'm asking if it's
the Stone Marchers are cooperation. Speed and precision for the Thornbriars, ferocity and bravery for the Bloody Deer. The only one we have already got the Black Hooves somewhat with us unofficially, so just being like
the simple answer to your question is no.
Wrestling.
Wrestling is about what it sounds like. Wrestling.
Okay, strength and endurance again.
Well,
grappling and trying to pin your opponent.
Oh yeah. Monkey Break is not entering that.
We have 2 small players. Let's be honest. The only one that has a chance is probably Claire, and that's not the best
It is
one either.
one of the few that is sort of a one-on-one as well.
Come on, don't you worry about it.
Okay. Next is accuracy.
This contest is done with basically some targets on poles, and you are to throw objects at them. We normally utilize knives, and they will be set at various different distances. So 1 at 20, 1 at 40, 1 at 60.
Okay, so that's probably Roderick.
So we're also are these knives any different than your standard dagger? Because it's pretty. It gets increasingly difficult to throw a dagger more than 20 feet.
That's why it's a contest, I believe.
Yeah, you are It's to prove that you are able to throw further.
All right. Just want to make sure because those penalties stack up.
Okay, next one on the list is the riddle contest.
Oh, wait, hang on. Oh no, I'm slightly mistaken on the accuracy one. They're not 20 feet away from each other. It will be 20 feet, 25, then 30. Just that the targets each get smaller as well.
Okay. Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I thought I remember it was a +2 per 5. I was like, oh. I think that was.
So what's your dex, real quick? Your dex would be AB.
Out of character 19. My BAB.
At level 3 would be +2, I believe.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, so that's pretty much your thing. I don't have any dex, just BAB.
Sounds like you guys need a thumbtack, Dave.
Yeah, let's see the little small thing try to throw something.
Yeah,
With the extreme penalties of...
Yeah,
I'm like,
give him a full-size dagger. It's like that's
yeah, they're not gonna. They count for size because like basically their daggers are my short sword.
No, it's like a great sword.
It's short sword. It'd be hilarious if it went to great sword, but no, it's short.
Now, a long sword would be his great sword.
It would be a great sword.
Yep, riddles.
Very much what you expect. Each participant is asked riddles, and it is down to how well they can actually ask them. So with the riddle ones, I will give you two options in regards to how it works. You can either you can use opposing rolls. So you would use something like literacy or sense motive to give a riddle to an opponent, and the opponent will use something, I don't know, to compose their own riddle and decipher the opponent's is literacy and sense motive. If presented with a riddle, you can use various ways to do it, either bluff, diplomacy, or a suitable perform skill.
Ooh, so I can actually participate in this.
A suitable performing skill. If you have performing musician, with musical instruments, you won't necessarily be able to do riddles.
Well, you said bluff, but
yeah.
But this is probably a lucky break thing then.
The other option is I actually give you riddles and you have to try and solve them.
So yeah, but I said like Lucky Break has sense motive. He has diplomacy and bluff.
So it is dice rolling, or we can remove the dice rolling, but it depends on.
Well, it depends on if you want to test your character's ability or your ability.
Yeah, unfortunately, I IRL do not have an intelligence score of 19, so.
Like IRL might be able to offer options like that, but
I like to believe I have a 13 in intelligence.
I have chronic food ring.
yeah. So
we will go through dice. Understood. And with the performance, as this is the last one. Around each.
You cut off there, Mike.
Yeah,
fire.
Matt.
Oh,
okay.
So around each fireplace, towels are spun, performances are made, songs are sung, and instruments are plucked. If you want to put together a performance for to speak of a triumphant of your tribe, that would be an opportune moment to try and impress.
Does my legerdemain skill allow me to perform in this particular case?
It depends on what sort of performance you decide.
But it can be more than one person on this one, though. Yes.
It's sleight of hand. It's sleight of hand. Remember, it's basically I pull tricks, like I hide stuff behind someone's ears or behind one's ear.
He says it all depends on what sort of performance you put on. If it's something that will benefit from, then you'll probably be fine. If it won't, then it won't have any effect at all.
Okay, with accuracy, we're only limited to one person they can enter, though. Yes.
One at a time. So you all can enter it, but you only can compete one at a time, and you will be competing against other people of variations of skills. So it could be that the experts in this in one case have a very bad roll, but on another they might be really good. So you are competing differently each time.
Okay, so it looks like if we wanted to enter all of these, more or less, the strength would probably be Claire and Guiding Light.
Yep.
The agility is pretty much up to Roderick. Unless you have acrobatics as well.
I do.
Okay, how many can enter? Agility is the same way as the accuracy?
Yes. There will be 6 runners. Most probably on your case, you'll probably, as you are a smaller group, you probably only be able to enter 1.
Okay, so probably just Roderick then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
not
fine.
Lucky Break. He has a lower base speed because his legs are
That's
small.
fine. The wrestling's Claire.
Well, my lower base speed is reduced too because I can't fly.
Yeah, Roderick first, and on accuracy it'd be Roderick first. If there's still open spots, Claire potentially. Unless, what do you got on your dex guiding?
For which contest? Sorry?
What's your dex, real quick?
My dex is 16.
So it'd be you're still a better choice than me.
Yes.
On accuracy, so it'd be Roderick or Guiding. Riddles would be Lucky Break.
I can participate in that as well if there's open slot.
Do you have Sense Motive or Literacy?
I have sense motive and I have bluff.
Okay, so
Both.
we've got Roderick. Yeah. Yeah, I could do it probably without the rolls.
Motive, and Lucky Break has Sense Motive, Bluff, and Diplomacy.
Yeah, so
Although
Lucky's our main one there, but you're a good option as well. Okay. And then the performance, you've got probably the 3 of you.
Because I have an effective 12 Diplomacy.
Is there anything you might be able to add for Penguin Duck?
He's a nerd who does not have any of these things.
Riddles? Do you have linguistics?
He has linguistics, yes. There's a +9 to that. But the sense motive part, he's a little lacking. Unless these are intelligence-based checks, he's pretty much not going to be doing very much.
Literacy, as I said, basically the language skill for riddles is one of your options, but you don't have. He doesn't have the second part of that.
I actually do have linguistics.
With the riddles, to compose a riddle is linguistics or sense motive. To present it, present a riddle in an entertaining or deceiving way, you can use bluff, diplomacy, or perform.
Yeah, he doesn't have any of those other 3.
Yeah, so that's a lucky. Okay.
An effective 9 Bluff, an effective 12 Diplomacy.
It's gotta be lucky. Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If it isn't an intelligence,
And an effective.
He's probably not going to do very well. There's a couple things that he's good at, though.
Plus, you never would have met these people you'll be going against either, so you get the benefit from that.
I have 6 linguistics, 7 in bluff and sense motive, and what was the other one?
Bluff, diplomacy, or a perform check. That would work.
Perform would be sleight of hand for me, so that's kind of lost on me. Because that'd be sleight of mouth in this case. So
well, they were looking at you while you were doing that, but yeah, it's lucky break for that one. Okay, so are they all presented like in that order, or is it can be any at any time?
The performance ones obviously happen at night during the performances.
Okay.
But all the other games are going on all the time. You just have to head over and compete. There's no restrictions on how many times you can enter or anything like that. You just, obviously, the restrictions are normally one at a time unless the game dictates otherwise. And if you end up competing against yourselves, then you don't prove anything.
Yeah.
Okay, break. Well, after reading through the various ones and getting pinned with 2 of them, Lucky Break will think for a moment. He's like, okay, I need to prepare for the last one for a little bit.
Well, we do that all together, right?
As I said, between you, I've seen you and Lucky do the little impromptu things. So probably your best bet, and you could probably communicate with Roderick for doing his little the peddling that he likes to do as a more visual distraction.
Yeah, I can help. I'm pretty good at agility, accuracy, and I'm halfway decent at riddles. And if sleight of hand's allowed as a performance skill, then I can perform as well.
Lucky Break for the riddle one has an effective bluff of 9.
You can use diplomacy though, so
effective diplomacy of 12, and sense motive of 8.
Yeah. Plus, remember your bonuses from the whatever your class does apply, because these are people who have
sense motive doesn't get bonus. Well, no, wait, negotiator gets bonuses to sense motive, so an effective 9 sense motive.
Langstrong does go. Obviously, you taking part and having fun in the games is one thing, but avoid insulting or upsetting any of the other tribes, as whatever good graces you may gain from, say, winning a competition,
is offset by the
You can lose it by saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing to the wrong individual.
Okay.
Character, you're all doo-doo heads.
Let's go ahead and start clearing things real quick. Yeah, the fact it starts on the.
Oh, look at all the 20s.
Yeah, I know, but
I hope you're not expecting us to actually work out a performance match.
I am. I wanted to show that.
I got a. Mine's mostly just. It's mostly gonna be speaking, but I got something planned already for mine.
The main thing what I would want would be mostly just an idea of what story you're trying to tell. What deep
that and throws it to the fire.
Just something on that side of things, just to add flavour to what you actually do. That'll be the main thing I would ask.
I actually don't think I can take 20 on craft checks.
No, you can't.
Okay, so Lucky Break is just going to be throwing a lot of paper and is going to be using up a lot of paper.
Hopefully you bought plenty.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
Lucky Break, after his first try, realizes what notes he chose that were wrong, and adjusts them accordingly.
Well, you'll spend a day on it, and then you don't like it. Then you spend a second day. So you will be told that the entire gathering goes on a week.
Mm-hmm. So Lucky Break is finally happy with the performance. If I have to think of a name for it.
Langstrong song does go, well, anyone who wants to do any of like the riddles or the performance, I'm more than happy to take them under hoof and what have you. I'm sure Daffodils here will be able to take you to all the more physical ones.
Yes, let's. Well, she'll look to guiding. Well, how do you feel about Mud?
I hope you're not talking about wrestling.
No, that's for me.
There was There was a long pause of silence there. I was like,
No. You seem to be the best one for things on the strength. Even if we lose, it'll be good to see what comes of it.
I'm up for a tug of war.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Lucky Break has been busy, so it's not like. But Guiding Light can also
Yeah,
just.
she'll set the armor
ask
aside as she goes on in.
We'll ask.
Well-
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, well, Daffodils will sort you out.
Yeah.
Tug of war.
Mm-hmm.
We'll sort you out with the tug of war, if that's what you desire.
Yep.
Why did it copy it there?
So you take, obviously, the area where you see the tug of war taking place. What you can see is, as you watch a few of the games take part, there's clear markings on the floor to obviously pull each other backwards and forwards to obviously try and get a marked rope over a particular line. I'm just seeing if there is any negative consequences of some stuff. Is there any mud in between you?
There's always negative consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no, you don't get pulled into mud. That was
Okay.
something I was checking. So no, there's no mud pits to get pulled into.
Darn.
So what will happen is there'll be 2 rounds of it. As long as you win, the competition you enter, there are 4 teams, and each team has 2 individuals in it. 2 people will face off against each other. The winners from those face-offs will then face each other for a victor to be found. And then obviously the ones lower down will, the losers will face each other to obviously get losers.
Okay. Just a pure old strength contest, huh?
If it does go on for too long, obviously then your endurance comes in as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's see how the dice are going to be.
Let's have a. I'm just having a players will first match against an Earth Pony. Okay, cool. I just need to determine the stats of our.
Actually, curiously, like, are the wings? It's like being able, because we have a Pegasus here.
Yeah.
Like, is she allowed to sort of fly back and pull, or she's restricted to the ground as well? Just wanted to make sure about that.
Are you asking? Are you asking in or out of character here?
Claire would ask ask the judges if that, because she didn't want to accidentally, if Guiding might have decided to fly without to try to pull, if that on that case, if it was, so they don't actually disqualify themselves.
The answer you probably will get back is: do you see any of the other tribes with wings?
Fair enough. So no flying then.
Seems to be fair enough.
Yeah, as I said, if it's just about the.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
And okay, so it looks like you're first facing off against probably. Let me just double check. Yeah, you're probably facing off against 2 of the more stronger-looking Bloodied Ear clan members.
Okay.
So
Well, the dice hate us, so let's get this over with.
Alright, oh, where's the reputation? Oh, there it is. Okay, so you've entered a competition. Alright, so I'm gonna... What is it? Plus the modifier.
Yeah, so how are you wanting us to roll this? Is it just...
So, I need you both to roll a strength test, and you add your scores together, and then I'll compare it to what the other opponents roll, with their scores added together, and we see if you win by 10 or more. If not, it is a stalemate.
Okay, well...
The stale list of mates.
Oh, 30.
Plus 3. I'm just got to math numbers because my brain's not working.
Mathing,
So,
everybody's favorite.
strength of that number will give you a plus that. Right, cool. Alright, so first is Paul, and second
no,
Paul.
we... 28, well, okay.
6.
We are ahead.
I do, yeah.
Whew.
Alright, so let's have a look here. As you start pulling against the ropes against each other, okay, no ground is gained or lost by either side. I do need to mention that the longer the contest goes on for, the harder it gets for you. So, what are your con scores?
18.
Not the modifiers, not the actual number.
Oh, plus 4.
Okay, and guiding?
+2.
+2.
Yes.
All right. So if it goes on for +2, more than +2 rounds for you guiding, you start taking on the third round. You take -2, and then it continues increasing in negatives to your strength until either win or you lose.
Does endurance factor in here if you have the feat?
No, endurance does not factor in here because then everybody on the Earth Pony side gets it.
Yeah.
You're facing Earth Ponies.
Yeah. Well, that's why I wanted to ask. Because that might be.
No, I think they've not included that because it'll be more stacked against you.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. Okay, so it's another strength roll.
Yes, as it is a stalemate.
Okay. 25.
Alright, so their turn. First one.
Yeah, you're rolling like hot fire.
Well, one's okay.
Yeah, you're rolling like hot fire. Let's be honest. Like the dice were not going to win here.
21 plus 19.
It's 40. You're ahead by 15.
Yeah.
15. Okay, so they start pulling you towards them. They haven't won yet, but they are close to winning.
Yeah, let's see about. Let's now watch. We'll get under 10s because I know the dice. They'll give us
I
a middle
thought to
finger.
get taking negatives now.
You do. I'm just checking to see.
-3
Then.
is what you said.
Watch. I want to show something.
14. All right, so they will also be taking -2 as well.
Okay.
Right.
Do you want me to clear the dice just to show what the dice would have been?
Round 3. Clear the dice after the competition.
Remember,
There's no point. Because then we're just going to go, we clear the dice, we clear the dice.
well, remember, because clearing the dice doesn't actually do anything.
That's 14.
All right,
That's
so
a 30.
Another 30.
all right, so they also start taking -2 for this round.
Both of them. Well, if you're rolling like that, that's a stalemate, I believe.
I think that is a stalemate. Yes.
Because it's only a difference of 4.
Yeah, only difference of 4. So they are winning, but you are both kind of sort of you're putting your strength into it, trying to put them back, but they are just holding you. They take a further -2, but Claire, you are still good for round 4.
Yep.
How much? What's the penalty now? -4, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 10.
29.
29.
They're taking -1. Ooh. And
28 versus 29.
Stalemate again.
All right.
You're making them work for it. So this will be round 5.
Claire is just sticking her feet into the ground.
All right, Claire. This is the point where you will start be taking negatives. Oh, guiding, it's starting to take its toll. You're feeling it here.
Yeah. Well, I am at -6 now.
Yeah.
But so are they.
Yeah.
That's a 11.
It'll be
Out of 10?
it'll be a 10 -2.
-2 per point.
So they were at -1, so they're now at -3.
Oh, did you include the -1 already? Oh no, you didn't. Okay, so it's a 9.
Oh wait, if you've got strength of 18, you should have +4, not +3.
No, I have a strength of 16. I have a con of 18.
Oh, okay, Connor. Ignore me. My brain fell there.
Yeah.
Hang on. So no, they failed. Hang on, I'm just checking something because they've got.
-6 to theirs because they went at the same time Guiding did for the Constitution. So they've got both -6.
They're both at a combined -3.
But it'll be -6. But they had a strength of +3, so it'll be -3. Yeah. Sorry, my brain was not working. Right. So first one.
They've won.
Well, it depends on what they're gonna roll now.
No, they've won.
They've won.
Yeah, Matt just was rolling hotcakes, so.
So after the 5th round, they will pull you over the line and will claim victory. Obviously, cheers. They go around and you guys are knocked out. You do not win at least that attempt at it. You do not only have to compete once, you can compete other times, and you can take in other people if you wish. Hell, you can even have a laugh and throw Lucky Break and Roderick in to see how well they do.
Watch them roll their 20s all the way through.
Would be hilarious.
No, Claire's actually going to take a moment as after the matter of fact is they gave her a good take a moment to thank them both for a well done match.
Wait, are you two actually taking part in one now?
No.
Okay.
No.
Guiding will take a moment to get back into shape. And then
Rick only has 12 constitution, so he'd be wearing out pretty quickly.
She'll congratulate the other two.
Mm-hmm. Well, clearly that will have at least a bit of a happy smile as she goes to just get Guiding back up at least from the because she did pretty well.
Yeah, I mean they definitely give a nod. You put up a strong fight. You may have lost, but you still put up a strong fight. And these two are probably the ones that are likely to go on and win it for this particular competition.
Yeah, I said that we gave the potential reigning champs a run for the money is at least something.
You can always try it, give it another bash, or you can, or somebody else can have a go at another competition.
Yeah.
You can always go off, ask questions, or ask one of the two guides various questions about the tribes or stuff like that.
We'll probably come back and finish out the bracket at least. Since we did lose, we might as well see how far we get. But I guess she'll probably. I guess could imagine Roderick would have been with them So we'll look to Roger. Do you want to try your hand at the throwing, or do we want to try see if how bad the wrestling goes for me? It's been a while.
I think I would go ahead and do the throwing first.
Okay, let's see. Let's cheer you on then.
Because I need to take a break because I'm going to be participating in actually quite a lot of events potentially.
Well, go for it. Let's see how you do.
Alrighty. Alright, so I guess accuracy it is.
Increases each time, resolving rules. Okay, so you will be competing against two other components, Roderick. The three contestants, obviously altogether, each take one throw. If all three miss, that's all competitors. They try again on the same target. If one or more hit, they move to the next smaller target further away. If any of the contestants miss two in a row, they are eliminated, unless everybody misses that round.
Okay.
So, the first one is 20 feet away, and has an AC of 10.
Alright.
Okay, so they have preset armor classes instead of just regular stat checks. That's pretty good.
So, do you want to go first, Roderick, or do you want to let one of the other throwers go first?
I guess I'll go ahead and go first. I just need to tell what am I doing.
Alright, just put one round. You're making a range attack.
Just rolling range.
Yep. You can use any benefits or bonuses you get with throwing knives. So if you had any specialization in it, you will get it. You cannot use your own knives. They will give you the children's knives to use.
Being insulted.
I mean, yeah.
They're the safe knives, so you don't accidentally hurt yourself.
But yeah, I have nothing that would.
Define safe knife.
I have nothing that go. What are you rolling around with? A knife? No!
So it's just a
Holy
range
crap!
It's a range attack, and against an AC of 20, basically. AC of 10 at a range of 20. So
Yeah,
I rolled a 4. I couldn't have rolled any.
yeah. The game's trying to dice us today, but I expected this. Let's be honest.
So the second thrower goes up and has a go.
And Matt's rolling like fire, so we're not going to be winning anything.
And the third, the third contestant does hit as well.
No comment.
Alright, round 2, where this one's slightly further away. It's at 25 feet, and the AC is 15.
I'm flushing them again. Nuts to this.
Ooh, higher than average.
Yeah, for you mainly.
All right, so
Do you want? would you like one of them to go first, or do you want to go first again?
question concerning the distance. Do I take a -2 penalty because of the increased distance?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, that's why I had to make sure. All right, and what's the AC?
15.
Oof. I will go. Just maintain order. Ah!
Alright, second throw. Just barely hits. And they also hit, so they go up to the hardest one. So with this one, you have to hit to stay in. You are still at the DC, AC of 15 for
AC 15. I looked into it. It's actually per anything beyond the full increment. So as long as it doesn't reach 40, I should be fine, I think.
No, anything. If it goes over 40, then you're. So anything over 20 does take a -2.
Once it hits 40, then it takes another penalty.
Yeah.
All right. So target smaller or the same?
Same target.
It's still 15 for you.
There we go.
All right. You hit the target of 15 this time round. The others are going for the harder one, which is 30 feet away. So he goes +3. He manages to hit it. Barely. That one misses.
All right, so mine again.
Just put round 4. Help split. Bit.
Missed.
Yes, you do miss. The one who hit it last time throws again. He misses terribly. And the one that has already missed has another go. He also misses. Now, he's been knocked out as he's missed 2 in a row.
He's still ahead of me.
Wait, didn't everyone miss this round, though?
Yeah.
Everyone has missed.
But I'm on the back. Aim.
If any contestant misses 2 in a row, they are eliminated unless everybody misses that round. Okay, yeah. So no one is eliminated because everybody missed that round.
All right.
But he's in sudden death. So this is round 5.
So my throw. I'm throwing at the far one now. So.
Yeah. So it's DC 20.
Jeez, I literally have to roll 15 or higher.
Yep, you've got this. Ah, damn.
He misses.
And the last one.
He also misses.
Wow.
Everybody's
All right.
in sudden death now.
It is sudden death. If somebody hits and no one else does, they will be the winner.
Yes.
Oh, Rick.
Roderick, you hit. They go and reset up the little plate, and the next one comes in, throws his knives. He misses. They are out. Final one. Also, just hits.
Woo!
Rick.
Round 7. Ooh. Small crowd gathering.
So what's this? What's the AC on this one?
It's still the same DC.
All right, same DC.
They only have 3 targets, and it's basically you keep throwing until one person's turns out.
Yes!
You've
You
got the
do
range.
Ooh, and they badly hit. Right. So I'm gonna just double check to see if they have to miss 2 in a row. Right, because he hit last time. There's one more round, and actually, yeah. If he misses, he's out.
If he makes it, then we just continue on.
Yeah.
It can go on for
If
a while.
you miss, he's gonna also it will also keep going. So then you'll be, and if he hits, and you make back in reverse type thing.
Roderick.
You've got this.
Come on. You can do it.
Wait, am I rolling again?
Yep.
Oh, I okay. I thought it was him.
I can always do him first if you want. Build up tension.
No, I misunderstood because I didn't realize I had to do it again.
Yep,
Okay.
no problem.
Because I hit and he missed. Missed.
Ooh.
He hits.
It's a reset. We're
Yeah,
back at the same stage.
You have to hit twice, and he has to miss twice. Oh god.
The tension's building.
Ah!
Nope.
It's fine.
Oh, well.
If he misses,
No!
Oh, he hits.
GM's rolling fire.
Well, he had some bad rolls in there.
at least this isn't combat.
Right?
But Roderick, you are considered coming second in that competition.
I'm more bothered that this is just an important junction and the dice are just doing it. Just really annoying.
Hey, this was close. So,
Yeah.
Mm. I'm just making some notes. So I'm just making some notes in regards to games and stuff, because there is ways to gain extra points depending on your interactions, what you do, and various things. So, all right. But Roderick, you did well, and there was definitely a crowd that came along to watch the smaller griffin go against the larger ponies.
Hmm.
There was much rejoicing.
well done, Roderick.
At least it wasn't last. I'll take it.
And there was much rejoicing. Yay.
Did anyone else want to have their hand at child accuracy?
No. Lucky Break has a positive dex, but not that positive. Not positive enough for comfort.
Yeah. It's a question of luck at this point, so you... Considering guiding might... Nah, it's fine. Maybe on another day.
Sorry, I had to step away there.
That's fine. I mean, you basically do have a full week here. I don't assume you would be going straight from one game to another. They'll probably be stopping. They'll be talking in between.
Yeah.
Competitions for the first game? For the first day?
I mean, the competitions are going to be happening spread out the entire week. So I'm not saying this is all fixed on one day or what. This is happening over the entire week. So you can fluidically go round and do stuff.
Lucky Break spent 2 days working on this song.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. So
Lucky Break will.
Was there anything like additional you wanted to find out about the tribes, or maybe individuals, or chieftains, or anything else like that?
I'm sure Lucky Break would. But at the same time, the competitions are something he has to prepare, he has to work, he has to think about. Ooh, I gotta figure out how Lucky Break would divvy his time.
Would probably just walk around and do treat this sort of like a festival.
Yeah.
Okay. Lucky Break would try to go and glean information on the various tribes. Kind of wants to learn these.
Well, you've got You've got Lark, Song, and Daffodils who are with you, who are the best people probably to ask.
Let's see. Daffodils, I think, is the best one to ask.
I'm gonna be interrogated. Where's my PDF?
Because he's more familiar with her at this point. And
Familiar is a relative term, but yes.
He's less worried about offending someone talking with her.
You'd be hard pressed to offend Daffodils.
So if he says the wrong thing on accident, it won't have a big effect. Lucky Break is clever. He's min-maxing his chances of failure.
I suppose that's one way to put it.
Okay, well, I guess he's doing that. Well, we'll try the... Unless you wanted to do the... You don't want to do the performance of the riddles yet, then... Well, try the rest with the wrestling. Or you want to try the agility, Roderick.
Well, I'm going to let Mike do his question asking, and then we'll do some agility.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to spread myself out a little bit because otherwise
Okay.
it'll be a lot of Roderick at one go.
Okay, then we'll do the
of
wrestling.
So Lucky Break will approach Daffodil. Gotta get my voice to cooperate.
Is this the riddles or?
No. Lucky Break's doing some questioning.
He's like, so, what can you tell me about the various leaders? I can't say I was able to learn very much about them in my own... The research that I was able to gain, I was mostly just about the tribes generally.
I see. Well, what in particular would you like to know?
No, I guess yours first, as that's probably the one you'll have the most knowledge about.
As the player tries to find pages in the book. It's fine. Hold on.
Page 40.
Thank you. There we go.
You can mix in information about her as well as the tribe in general.
And the tribe in general.
Lucky Break has pretty much general tribe information already because he was able to get some research in before.
You'll be given what you.
So you want to know more about our leader?
Mm-hmm.
Player's reading. Hold on. Player's memory is terrible. Player should have made notes. Player didn't make notes. There you go. Now I place. I suck. Hold on. Okay. That's... Well. Book is very brief.
Yeah.
Well, as you probably noticed when you went to introduce yourself, she's not the talkative type. I guess you can say she's the strong, silent type. So that. Let me see if this says anything else. I was like, is there anything else Daffodils would know about the leader? Because the book doesn't say a whole lot.
Yeah, I've sent you a message just to give you an idea, but you tend to... You are part of a tribe that tends to value secrets and and stuff. So not knowing a lot about somebody is considered a sort of a boon almost. Because if you don't know their strengths and weaknesses, then you don't know how to try and fight them.
I got you. All right.
Well, I mean, that's not what Lucky's trying to get.
Well, you can ask something more specific, and I might have a more specific answer.
So what did she... So what is she like, personality-wise?
Hmm.
I like to get to know. I like to get to know people. I like to get to know ponies on who they are, rather than what they do.
I don't know how much Daffodils actually knows the leader on a personal level.
The only person who would know that for definite is her daughter. You would
Yeah.
only know her as a leader,
Yeah.
and she
So-
definitely carries that sort of leader-esque with everybody else. except
Yeah.
her.
Daffodil's response would be something similar to that. She'd be like, I really only know her as the leader of our clan. I don't really know her on that sort of personal level. Knight's Blessing might know a bit more, but as for me, I see her as a strong leader of our clan, but we value secrecy, so
That's fair.
the less you know, the harder it is for them.
He says, "How?" He's like, "I guess it's fair that I should ask about the one, because I'm a little. Can't gonna lie, I'm a little afraid of interacting with the one.
The one.
Well, excuse me, as I eat chocolate, and I have to scroll up to get to the names. Because names are hard.
They should be pinned, so you should be able to hit the little pin and it will jump.
Salty Ground, Silent Hunter, Flint Thinker, Thorn Rose, and Tongue Splitter are the.
He takes a minute to get himself to say the name because it makes him nauseous.
I
He's like,
suppose.
what can you tell me about Tongue Splitter?
Tongue Splitter.
As I wasn't able, I was able to get some information on Whispers Louder, but Tongue Splitter is now the leader over there.
Well, let's see.
You know of the Whispered Tales, that you definitely.
The what?
The bit where it says about her whispered tales, you know about that.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
About Tongue Splitter.
Oh.
You know about hearsay is whispered tales. Hearsay.
Yeah, it'll be if you read the second section, not in the pink, it'll be in there.
Got you. Okay, that part. Hold on. Daffodils would tell you that she really only knows of the stories that she's heard. Such as her splitting both ponies and gnolls in two. She tends to be depicted as being rather, I guess, vicious is the word. But I really only know the stories.
You do know about the one fight legend, which is just a little bit lower down.
Which one legend?
If you continue reading the bit you're reading, then you would know the following bits will come after.
Okay, break is like,
Her name was her name. And according to stories, her name was changed after a rather large battle. Stories say she decapitated 4 opponents in a single blow.
Hmm.
And the fell skulls route. That's the most pleasant image in my head that I ever didn't want.
Look, that is exactly how Lucky Break. So his tiny little mind is not excited.
I comforted you to no degree with that.
Lucky Break calms himself for a minute, regains his composure. He's like, well, that's interesting. He's like, it might be a good idea. If we could get to talk to them, it would probably be Claire. Claire did
Well,
seem
I
to
would
get some-
highly recommend that you gain a little bit more standing amongst the tribes before you attempt to talk to their chieftain, as they tend to is dislike outsiders the proper word?
Fair.
Yeah, probably would be the best way of putting it.
We'll just stick with dislike. With several exclamation points.
Lucky Break will think for a moment. He's like, true. Well, I guess we have to just keep trying. As Lucky Break will then think a minute
Well,
and
Daffodils would kind of give you a suggestion and probably start by earning your standing with the names of clans, but the Red Rocks first, because they're likely to be the 2 easiest you're going to be able to gain your standing with.
Dang it, I dropped the thing. I was piddling.
Like, the Bloody Deers is one of those clans.
One of those clans. He will say, well, I can try. I'm probably going to be easier for me as an individual get closer to Stone Marcher. But we'll have to see.
Well, do remember, you are doing this as a clan. You and your companions are a clan, so you should be working together to earn your standing with each of the various clans here.
He nods. Which means Lucky Break has an idea. She just isn't going to be easy idea for him being small.
We have small. We have the
So he takes a deep
smallest of the
breath
small.
and prepares to try to participate in everything. Even things that he's very likely to lose at.
It's going to
But
be
hopefully, maybe the brave attempt on his part will probably gain some points. Boldness can go a long way.
Or it can bring a downfall.
Technically, I out of character, I have. If Lucky Break can win even 1 round out of 3 of the contests, like in the accuracy, if Lucky Break can make it to the third target, then even if although Roderick already entered that one, so a small pony entering it wouldn't make much difference. Small
Do the
difference.
wrestling. That's clearly what you're going to do.
That's if Lucky Break can win one round.
To the wrestling.
It would be a miracle due to the fact that Lucky has negatives against grappling.
Why don't you just do the riddle contest first?
Which is what he was. I never said that he wasn't going to do the one win first. The ones that he can win, he's going to do first. So does the performance happen at the end of each day, or just at the one?
It does happen at the end of each day. So there's obviously 8 days of performances and what happens.
Remember, there are opportunities to perform in these contests,
Lucky
not
Break
just one day.
As
So.
he's heading to the riddle one, he's like, "Oh, I almost forgot." He takes out the music sheet and hands it to Guiding.
Okay.
I finished the song a little bit ago.
I say you killed. Yeah.
Have an actual song for this?
Yeah.
Lucky Break, well, I can.
No, I meant out of character. Do you have an actual song for this?
No, I don't. I'm not a songwriter. I have a name.
That's more the stuff I kind of do.
I
Out of
saw
character.
I saw the thing up there somewhere. But
I can name things, but that's about as far as I can get as a person.
Riddle of the future.
Yep.
Alright, Lucky, did you want to give the riddle contest a go then?
Yes, I will. Good old college try. Let me go to my skills section. I need to remember correctly. It's sense motive and diplomacy is what I'm going to be using, correct?
Yeah, you can do that. That's perfectly fine.
My bluff is 9, but my diplomacy is 12, so...
Alright, so
well,
similar to how it is the other ones, there will potentially be 2 rounds. Because there's 4 people who enter, you compete against one person, and then the 2 winners will play against each other. That's how it works. So what will happen is the opponent will give you a riddle, you then attempt to answer it, and then you will do the same again. What will happen is the scores will be compared, and if one person has beaten the other by 20 or more, they are victorious. If not, then they will try again, with the winner adding the amount by which the last round as a circumstance bonus to the new roll.
All right. Is it only just him participating, or is there more people?
Yes, just him.
You can try again afterwards, Roderick. Like I said, more than one person can attempt this.
Gotcha.
You have to do it one at a time.
Lucky Break steps in.
All right.
Little pink man.
So, your first opponent will utilize misdirection and try and give you a rather deceiving riddle to try and solve. Well, apparently it wasn't that deceiving. They're testing you.
Okay, so sense motive to oppose that one?
I was just testing to see if you were paying attention. Ha!
Yes, it is a sense motive to do that. Right.
It's
So
not my
currently,
best roll. Flat average.
so you wrote the brain. Oh god, I really can't math today. So
19.
You have
you're winning by 6 points.
7.
It's 7. I get a +1 to it because of negotiator. I just haven't done it in notes because it's circumstantial bonuses.
No, that's fine. Okay, so you are winning by 7 at the moment. So you get to throw your riddle at him using either bluff or diplomacy.
Okay, so this will. I will say that after the first roll, it'll go down by as for the diplomacy as the Prancer only adds it if someone I don't know very well.
Well, you're doing a riddle like this. You don't know them
Yeah.
exactly very well.
Yeah,
And then
I would say you do not know this opponent unless you plan to halfway through your competition to get to know you,
Fair enough.
your opponent. Your bonus will stand.
Okay, once per day I can roll 2 and take better on diplomacy. We'll save that for later.
Great.
We'll save that for the last round. Or for a round where they roll high.
You probably want to save it for the second round because the next opponent is definitely more difficult.
We'll see what the dice decide to say.
14. Yeah, what I said, the dice are not being kind to us.
All right, let's see if they can use their skills with languages to decipher your riddle.
Yes.
God damn it, it's only 15.
Yeah, he's rolling like fire.
Chris, I'm honestly going to say it's starting to get annoying.
What's that? 15 minus 15.
I'm sorry, buddy, but
All right, so they would have won first round by 8 points. So they haven't clearly won, so they will have a +8 circumstance bonus for their next round.
so do I not get a circumstance bonus, or is it only?
Because they won the round overall. Because if I take what they won, the difference between these two. Oh no, wait, yeah, you got 7, they get 8 because of the.
Okay, I was gonna say if I don't get a circumstance bonus, it seems like these become impossible to win because it starts to become insurmountable. Okay, well, I still get the +7. That's better. That's better.
All right, they are going to throw you out their riddle. They went first last time, so again using misdirection to try and confuse you with this. Oh no, it was 10, and then their circumstance bonus. Ooh, apparently they're using riddles you've heard of before, probably.
Let's see. So I get normally a +8 with that +1, so I normally get +9. So 9 plus 7, 16. Took me a moment. Math is not my strongest suit.
That's fine. I have many calculators open. 10 this round.
Sounds.
Lucky Break takes a second to think of it. He's like, yeah, and then he gives his answer.
All right. Clearly, they're giving you far easy riddles. Can you give them a complicated one to completely throw them off? Is the next question.
I will try. So, do I get a circumstance bonus to the diplomacy as well?
Yes, because they got their circumstance bonus.
Okay, so it's still the 7. Or /R. 1 plus
17.
Yeah. No, it's not 17. My diplomacy is normally 12 from circumstance, so it's 19. With diplomacy, I get a +1. I get half from my negotiator and half from presser. So yeah, 19. Not the best.
Alright, so they have to try and solve it with understanding of languages. And they got +8. Ooh. So, clearly, they didn't do very well. So, 21. So you have actually just won by 22 points.
So what Lucky Break did was he thought a minute and he's like, So he decided to use a short leg riddle. And not much is known about short legs. from anybody.
It was a riddle around a family and having to I don't know, something family related or love.
Well done.
All right, so you do move to the new round. Now you have a more skilled opponent who's going to watch your subtle movements and your tells as they give a very much a very highly performed riddle. So, would you like to go first, or would you like to let them?
I like them to go first. It's
Okay.
makes my thought process.
So he's going to give you a riddle with a bit of a show.
Oof.
14. So I'm trying to remember if I get if I'm getting bonuses in this one.
This one's a fresh start, so it'll be your base rolling, other than what person will get.
Okay.
What does he have to roll?
This he would need to solve it, so it'd be lean sense motor.
So, and plus 9 is not terrible. The plus 15 is going to be hard. But here goes. I would have wanted. But they have a naturally higher bonus than me, so.
Yeah, I mean you're into the rounds where it's a difficult opponent, so you're not always guaranteed to win unless you're like an expert in this.
I think I will roll. I will be using my ability time and roll twice, take better.
Okay, so you are to now use your riddle. So this is a diplomacy check.
I will roll twice and take better for this one.
Okay.
$25.
So 27.
Actually, 27.
27. Okay, cool. And they will see about working theirs out. So let me have a quick look. So again, he watches you carefully as you give your riddle and trying to use your body language and your movements to help him work out what this riddle might be. And so,
God damn. Can't do anything.
like I said, he is a highly skilled riddleist.
Oh, that's fair.
I will ask, you can concede defeat or you can keep going. Because you don't have any positives for this one. And he got a lot of positives.
Lucky Rick thinks for a minute.
Basically, with his numbers, he's at plus 15. On top of what he's got, so it'd be plus 30.
I actually physically cannot win.
Yeah, unless I think you roll max and he rolls ones.
No, even if he rolls max and I roll... If he rolls 1 and I roll max, it's still not enough.
Well, he's at plus 13, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to do that.
Would you concede defeat then?
Lucky Rick will think for a minute, and he's like, "Well, you got." He's like, "Well, you got me." He takes his defeat gracefully.
You would gain that much rep. You would be applauded though, Lucky, as you would have definitely probably given a riddle or two that they probably have never heard before. or even considered.
He's like, oh. He kind of not used to getting applause, even after getting knighted. So he's kind of like, he's like, oh, thanks.
You will be considered coming second, though.
Yay, neato. Silver is a nice, responsible metal. Type of metal.
Okay.
Gold is hard, but gold is hard and heavy. Gold is heavy, but very soft.
Langtron says that we'll tell you all that your names are starting to travel, and it's known that there are strangers among them. I'm sure if you will try a few more games, and if you even manage to win one, you might stop getting your name more noticed. Or if you can think of other ways you may be able to help build relationships between the other that are outside of the games, will likely help as well.
Speaking of games, so Lucky Break is going. So speaking of that, after the riddle game, Lucky Break is going to approach the pony he lost to.
Yes.
He's like, you're very clever. Gotta get my words together. Words are hard. Why are words hard? He's like, hello. You're very clever.
They will turn around and go. They shake their heads, and just being very clever and being wise are two different things.
He's like, well, maybe. He's like, but it worked out for you in this situation, and that's what matters.
Well, you clearly have many more years to live before, and many more things to see before you will know as much as I may do.
He's like, you think I could get your name?
He will tell you his name is Moonlight Road, and he is from the Black Hooves clan.
He's like, my name is Lucky Break. It is a pleasure to meet you. He's like, I hope I can maybe sometime I can talk to you later and ask you about any ways I could. Ugh, I can't talk.
Words.
And talk to you about finding ways of reading these kind of things. It would really help me out in my profession.
Ways of what? Sorry.
In being able to read other people, like the other ponies, would be really nice because it would be very nice. Skill to have, and you seem very good at it.
Perhaps we will see what happens here.
And he's like, well,
as my skills are my skills, and I'm not one for always sharing them with people I do not know. There are those that I do train from a young age, and that will take my place one day. But I'll happily speak on matters, but I will not share my secrets.
That's not what I didn't ask for you to share your secrets. It was more. But it would be nice to have somebody to talk to later.
He'll give a nod and say, "Perhaps we will."
Lucky Break will give his parting. And we'll go find Guiding Light as we approach the evening.
All right. With that, did anyone else want to jump in and either find out a little bit more information about anyone, or play or take place in any more games or anything like that?
Yes, performance time.
Well, I was going to see if anyone else did before Mike.
Do you want to go,
not had
Roderick?
anything from Pigwin.
Yeah, I don't think he was interested in much because there's.
Who? Who was that?
We lost Ed. No, we regained Ed.
I just returned
All right.
because the friggin' Discord died, and I was like wondering why. I thought everyone was like going really quiet for some reason. I'm like, what the?
Oh, that way. So I didn't hear anything from Pigwin, but I didn't think there were too much for them they wanted to try and do here, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Claire, did you want to try and your hoof at some wrestling then?
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Let's have a look at this one then. So, in wrestling, we're using the grapple rules. Yay!
Oh joy!
So again, there's 4 fighters, and 2 each will face each other, and then the winners will obviously face each other as well.
Yeah, as I said, these are probably gonna all be monks, so let's see how this goes.
The winner in each case is the first to manage to pin their opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to grab myself a pony because this is a little bit initiative based.
Ferocity and bravery. Looks like that's the only way Lucky Break is going to win something with them.
All right, Claire. The first important part of this is an initiative roll, as whoever gets first basically gets the upper hoof to start with.
Yep.
What's going on?
No.
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Oh, what about the middle part?
That's finished.
I did that already.
I know, but you said there was like a second person could try again.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, even though, say, Claire and Guiding already did the tug of war, they can still do the tug of war again if they wish to.
Ah.
There's, or you can do a different mixture of people. There's no issues with that. Let me grab this pony. What's his initiative? I think it's
basically as long as he has the 14, he still wins. In an index, it doesn't matter what he rolls because the tie goes to higher decks. So
yeah. It's rolling. It's thinking about it. All right.
It's rolled.
All right. They will have a drum they will hit to indicate when it starts. Claire, you can consider not wearing your armor for this.
I've already taken it off.
Cool. So he will. He's probably not the most strongest looking opponent, but he will come over and attempt to obviously grapple you.
Mm-hmm.
20 plus his grapple check. 14.
Misses.
Yeah. So he's trying to get a hold, but you're able to fend him off fairly easily.
Mm-hmm. She's going to try and go sort of underneath to sort of throw him a little bit up before she tries to sort of take him down, since most ponies tend to try to come down from above.
Yeah. 19. Okay. You now have him in a grapple.
Okay.
So he's held. Now he's got to either try and break out of it or become the pony in charge. So he's going to try and gain control over the grapple. So he would need. He gets this number first of all. Let's see if he does. Oh no, he doesn't. He seems to be in a bad way. So you now need to roll to maintain the grapple. You get a +5 circumstance bonus for maintaining the grapple. If you succeed, you can then move to pin.
Okay, so this is with the +5 to maintain. 15.
So 15. Yes, you are able to maintain the grapple.
Just barely, probably.
Literally, it was on the nose.
Yeah, as I said, I figured between Dex and the natural. And then she's going to try to use her bulk and size to sort of pin him so he can't further go.
Yes, you would be able to pin him to the ground successfully. And the drum will be hit to indicate you are the victor.
Yep, she's going to sort of step back and offer him a hoof to get back up again.
He will take your hoof and will get back up.
And again, the one thing she would do would be offer to show him like how she did that if he was interested.
No, as this is more of a competition more than teaching. So,
well, as I said, after the things were done, like she'd offer at least how she did that little trick, and ways to get out of it for later is nothing else.
All right. Are you ready for your?
Yep.
Your proper opponent.
Yes, she would. Time to meet Mr. Monk.
Give us a roll on your initiative.
Yep, I gotta select my token real quick again. And initiative.
All right, and as we had there a moment ago, the drum is hit. They're going to come at you, and again, they are going to just go straight for the grapple. No point wasting time.
Yep.
Just diving right in.
18.
Hits.
Okay, so they have you firmly in a grapple to start with, and are wrestling with you. So you've got a few choices now, as you are not in control. You can either try and use a CMB to either gain control or get out of the grapple, or you can use an escape artist to escape from it.
I don't have any escape artist, so it's going to be to try to gain control.
Gain control. Okay, so you have to beat their CMB. CMD. Yeah. Words.
Nope. Oh well.
All right. So no, I'm afraid you will not be able to. Break out of this one, and they're going to try and maintain, and then go for the pin.
So they need anything more than a 4.
Okay, let's have a look.
They've got the maintenance, yeah.
Yeah, you always get the +5 circumstance bonus if you've initiated it.
Yep.
All right. You go about, and he manages to do a rather good maneuver on you and get you pinned.
Yeah, because he's got to roll again for the pin.
No, as soon as if you maintain, then what you do, and one of those options is to pin your opponent.
Oh wait, you do? Is he pinning with strength or dex? Real quick.
He's pinning with CMB.
No, but I'm saying, is it based on his strength or his dex? Oh, it's only to AC. Never mind. It's only to AC. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Because it's only your dex that goes into your CMD. That one.
Yeah.
But you did come second. That does give you that.
She just shake her head at the sort of getting bested, but well, at least give him the well done in regards to things. Though, would she be able to tell what clan he's from?
They would be from. I've got to look at the names again. I can't.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've looked at these damn names, I can never remember. He is from the Stone Marchers.
Okay. And his name?
Really? I'll change his last name, I think, because that doesn't sound right. Rocky Force.
Okay.
Adrian.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys have gone about. You've attempted a few games already. You get the sense that most people are now whispering about the fact that there is outsiders to this particular gathering, and you get the odd individual who comes by wanting to have a look at the outsiders, and those who whisper. You might hear whispers of how oddly you are dressed, and those sort of mentions in regards to it. And you may even have those that come and look at your campsite. Again, you probably get the odd few comment about obviously how odd your tent looks, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that seems to be where it mostly is situated. I am going to ask: is there anything outside of the games that somebody wants to try? That somebody wants to try and do? Oh.
Lucky Break would would go and have the conversation with the pony he talked earlier.
You're probably not gonna get a conversation going that early, as you guys are still seen as outsiders at this point.
Mm-hmm. Actually, one thing Claire would do is seeing about, at least with the two people that are sort of moderately okay with things, if there's been any like accidental injuries or whatever that she might be able to assist with in sort of mending between either the Stonehearts or the and letting the word of mouth of sort of that go through because of
looking to help
so people that might have been like gotten sick or a little bit that are older and injured or like that things, stuff like that between like at least the two of them that are sort of moderately okay with us.
Okay. Make me a heal check.
Yep. Okay. This would be like first aid. So one moment. So that'd be minus
May
2
use
in
any,
this.
you can use anything which you can use on multiple people continuously. So your bag you would be able to use because you can use it on multiple.
Yeah. That'd be a 33.
Sorry, 30.
33.
Okay. Just keep making noise for a bit. Sorry, somebody's opening a packet of crisps very loudly. No problem.
Hey, if it's food for later, enjoy.
All right. Slightly -2. Okay, so you would probably go about trying to see about helping individuals, and you'll probably find that at least with the. Hang on, I've got to check status.
Which one? Red Rock or Black Hooves?
you're probably going to get the most reception from the Black Hooves, and they will probably get you to look at somebody who is actually fairly unwell, and none of their healers and stuff like that would be able to have been able to help them, and they've probably even traded to other clans to obviously have a look to try and see if there's anything they can do. But with yourself and your crazy skills,
yeah, this is what Claire does. She's a healer.
I mean, if any of you were specialised in grappling, you probably would have floored anybody here. Again, anyone who is overly buff in strength, again, would probably floor people. It all depends on specialisation, which you're dealing with the specialists in their fields. So that's the thing you have to bear in mind when you go against these competitions. That even their specialists wouldn't have been able to do, nor their shamans or anything else like that. And you would actually be able to help this individual and diagnose something that's wrong with them. It will probably be some illness that requires a particular plant that you know of, and you have to prepare it in a particular way. You'll probably find that it's a common medicine that's a civilization
So
makes
it'd be
use of,
something
but,
fungal, yeah.
Yeah, but something like a tribe won't necessarily use.
She would also be explaining the symptoms of this and how to catch it early so it doesn't need as drastic to be fixed as well.
Okay, we just want to double check to see if because you did really well. People on the ground.
Oops, someone dropped?
No,
No.
it's on YouTube themselves. Alright, so you've done that, so I will give you that much. Need to add a note. All right. I'm gonna definitely say at least a day has passed with everything, and with the things you'll be doing on say the second, third day if you were doing it.
All right.
You may plan strong and sorry, what was that, Alan?
Did we ever do the second round of the tug of war?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, you guys didn't pass into the second round because you
I'm
lost.
saying the losers for them, like because you mentioned that.
Oh, if you want to do against the losers, you don't gain any rep from that. From that, so that's why I didn't do it.
Okay,
You don't
okay,
have to-
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you basically had a chance at whomever the second final or whatever, based on who won or whatever. If you won all those, that's what I think we were thinking about. But okay, that's fine.
No. You only gain stuff if you go on to the final round. I'm afraid.
Okay.
Let's see. Bloody Ear is bravery and ferocity. Lucky Break can certainly do one of those two things.
Okay. Well, we probably try
the
on
first
a new day.
probably the first night, Daffodils probably will take you along to watch the Daffodil. Remind me what tribe you're from.
Cold.
That
From the
Blackfoot?
What
Black
tribe
Hooves,
is
there we
Daffodil
go.
from?
I didn't realize you were talking to me for a second.
What tribe is Daffodil from?
Hmm?
What tribe is Daffodil from?
I told him Black Hoofs.
Oh, okay.
It just took me a minute to realize. Oh, he's talking to me.
Yes. Yeah. Dawn Rising is Red Rock. Wait, Knight's Blessing is okay. Daffodil and Night Blessing are both Black Hooves. Okay.
Yeah, they're
I need to
they are.
adjust my.
They're best friend.
Yeah,
Lucky Break will find the musician from the Red Rock. It was the other one that was going to give us stuff.
Oh yeah, he's hanging around you all the time to make sure you
Yeah.
guys don't do anything stupid.
He's there with daffodils to make sure you guys don't do anything like just waltz into the
Lucky
Bloody
Break is
Deer
going to
clan
talk to him
area.
about. Lucky Break would notice that he was a musician.
He is. I think he has a little flute around his neck, even
yes.
ready to just play a little tune as time goes.
He might just occasionally break out in random songs.
Lucky Break. He's like, oh, I noticed that you have an. I mean,
Yeah.
Lucky Break does too.
He'll even blow on it and play a small tune for you.
Lucky Break will say, "He's like, maybe we could compare. We could compare songs that we've. Maybe we could compare songs that we've created. I don't get to talk with other musicians very often.
He will be more than happy to share his music with you.
Lucky Break keeps his new song to himself.
You're not having this song there, it's mine.
Yeah, he needs the song for the competition.
Okay.
And you don't want. He knows better than to tip his hand early, so to speak.
All right. Anything other than obviously speaking to Lark Song and asking about sharing songs? Was there anything anybody else wanted to do? I know Daffodil, you would have taken them all to show the performances they do and the song, the around the fireplaces and the instruments. So on the first night, you guys would have get an idea of what it would be like to see one of these performances. And basically, it's not just the person who's speaking that is part of performance. It's also the individuals who take part in the performance. As there are those that sing, so there were also those who dance or reenact certain scenes, be it a fight or a legend or story. So it's made up of multiple elements, and all of those elements sort of come together and add a nice atmosphere and story to it. The better ones are obviously those who draw in more participants, and when the participants really play out and over exaggerate and really play into their roles rather than just sort of half-assing it.
Lucky Break would actually take a minute, think about the song he wrote, because he wrote it originally just between him and Guiding Light, and he thinks for a minute about the rest of his group.
I will point out most of the performances you will see are, even if they're in song form, they are tales about certain story, about events or legends that have happened. Also, a number of them also make use of and other interesting things to catch people's eyes.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What are they making use of?
Making use of props for their performances, be it painted masks or fake weapons or things like that.
Do any of them make use of magic?
Yes, magic is part of it, yeah. It's normally if there's a speaker or somebody who's enhancing it. But most of when magic is used, it's normally one of the elders who's obviously earned quite a great deal of respect, and they're telling a tale themselves, and everyone it's no singing and dancing, it's all very hushed, they're listening to it, and as they're talking they would use various things to create small apparitions to perform small acts.
You're
just to
thinking of
enhance
like a
the story.
saga, like a Nordic saga.
So that's the only time when magic plays a tale. It's when older individuals are telling their tales or stories.
Lucky Break is going to Lucky Break is going to rewrite his song a little bit, and he's going to prepare stuff for everybody in the group. Lucky Break is going to tell of our group's exploits.
How about focusing on the saving of the? I don't know whether that would be a good idea. I was thinking of focusing on saving the daughter and son of the two tribes.
Definitely, probably both Daffodils and Landstrong will definitely recommend against that.
Yeah.
Because that puts the tribes in a bad light and them in a good light. Perhaps a story that plays on the Gemnols more than anything.
That was Lucky Break's intention.
Yeah, the battle with the Queen Regent.
Yes, he had no intention of telling them about the others, about that part of the story.
Oh, yeah,
Leaving things out. It would have been rude.
Yeah. I thought about it and immediately discarded that thought.
Lucky Break is not one to be rude, so he would definitely leave that out. And question: because Lucky Break wrote the majority of performance, could I use my role instead of? Could others gain a circumstance bonus to rolls they make?
They can do. Basically, what it comes down to is when you do the performance, there will be a individual who's going to be the overall performer in a sense, be it they're the one who's speaking or they're the one who's in control of the narrative. And then whoever you bring in as support actors, they can make different roles based on what you want them to do, it be it singing, dancing, stomping around looking intimidating, and they will add basically +2s to the overall role of whoever's carrying the narrative.
All of the above.
So you would have to pick who you want to be the main speaker, and then everything everybody does, add +2s as a circumstance bonuses.
Lucky Break will probably be better as the main speaker.
Yeah.
And I will. So.
You can, when you're doing the performance, you can do obviously a performance-based skill. You can use diplomacy. You can use bluff. As it depends what you're trying to portray.
Well, technically, my diplomacy is better.
I mean, your diplomacy can represent you speaking out and talking and telling a story. There's nothing wrong.
As there are musical components to the thing, so I will do both. I will make both. If that's okay.
I will say is each individual can make one role, and they all come together to make a final conclusion.
Okay.
So you can have somebody sing. You can have somebody apply magic. You can have Claire stomp around looking intimidating. Like I said, there is a way for each of you to play a part. You just have to be a little bit imaginative on what you do. It's good to give a story. You have to give me full details, but I want to play out this event. I'm doing the narrative. Claire's being the Gemnols. Other people are being the ponies, and that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'll leave some of those decisions up to everyone else. I guess I guess I'll use diplomacy and tell the story, seeing the performance seems to be more oratory-based than music-based, so Lucky Rick will save his song for a rainy day.
What I will say is, this is one of the sort of main points where you can gain a lot of the rep based on your performance or story that you wish to tell.
And actually, my perform liar is similar to my diplomacy, but my diplomacy gets that extra +2. So
I actually need to quickly nip to the loo. So what I recommend with all of you is sit and work out how you might want to add to a narrative and what skills you might use to create the atmosphere you might want to do, and try and utilize everybody, because the more pluses you add to it, the more higher the score is, and it can make a difference between gaining an extra 5 or so rep points.
So
right.
Everybody else's input.
Yeah, I'm going to nip to the loo. I'll be back in a few minutes. That I hit wrong button.
All right.
So what about everybody else's input?
I had that. I'm not prepared for this at all. I was honestly preparing to tell magic and make jokes. And when I mean magic, I mean just sleight of hand, fake magic. I wasn't expecting to be having to tell a story.
Do you have a good bluff?
I have a pretty decent bluff, if I remember.
You do have a good dexterity stealth check.
Yeah, my stealth is definitely my key skill.
And
bluff is.
If I remember correctly, you utilized that skill quite a lot when we were confronting the Gemnol War little part.
Oh yes, So what do you want me to do? Just sneak around behind our audience while someone tells a story, and then you just announce them "Hey, how you all doing?"
Obviously, it wouldn't be that part, but it would. The stealth would be what it would be used to emulate the moment.
How?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's
Just
the only way. The only way you can emulate stealth is to actually hide from the audience.
Yes.
I don't fucking know.
I mean, I don't see it. I can't really see stealth being used in any other way because it ain't stealthy if everyone can see it. And I'm I could do some stage stealth where it's that over exaggerated stepping, but
I'm not quite sure that kinds of stealth. I think
Yeah.
that would still be bluff. No, why not use the bluff to act as, I don't know, a specific character? I mean, for instance, Guiding could do, she could dance, she could sing, but she could also make the costumes.
I could use my what is it? Not prestige, mage hand to keep my my cloak or clothing aloft, so it looks like I'm still I'm flying around or moving. And then when someone tries to catch me, of course I'm not really there. And then I appear hey, I'm over here. But I don't know. I honestly I was I wasn't expecting to have to tell a story with this. I thought could any perform could work, but I didn't realize any perform into a.
Yeah, it's very tribal, and most of the stuff.
I assumed that from the start.
Yeah.
No, I was honestly just prepping just things most people think that not Pegasus, Griffins are all about strength. I'm obviously not that. I was literally just gonna make self racial depreciating jokes just to talk about the Griffins, but that was and do sleight of hand while I did it to show we're more than just brutes. We can be nimble too, and I wasn't prepared for that.
Well, that's But, yeah, I already expected from the start that that's what this part would be.
Well, how about playing a general?
I'm not very intimidating.
Yeah, he's small size, so he gets a -2 to intimidate.
Well, so
Circumstantial bonus. But then again, I don't think he has to roll.
yeah, it's just a. I mean, it's playing a character, so I would say a bluff.
Which we're good at.
I just gotta imagine how I'm gonna do a raspy null voice with my Italian accent.
Well, I don't think we have to actually do it, Ted.
Yeah.
Otherwise it would take.
Oh God! Come on, come on.
I don't think we have to actually do it. Otherwise, the situation would take forever.
I mean, yeah. So guiding could do masks if that's something that we need. And if it's still not enough to, and she needs to be in the performance, she can do something like. She's got a decent acrobatics. She's got a decent. A decent dance and sing and diplomacy. She's not overwhelming in them, due to elementals getting. Sorry?
Lucky Break knows one thing for certain that he wants in the show. And it's that Claire is going to be the queen of the situation.
Wading through hordes of gemnols. I can provide the hordes of gemnols.
Claire is the biggest and strongest of the group, therefore it would make the most sense.
Yeah. Penguin can add some special effects. Right, Duck?
Ah,
Can Penguin add some special effects to the show?
what's the show for?
We're reenacting the battle between the Gemnols and the Queen's forces.
You talk about when they were holding against the Horde.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Okay.
you're talking about like prestidigitation and stuff, sure, you could throw that in.
Yeah, I think it's prestidigitation that would be enough here.
You don't have minor illusion?
Do I? Let me see.
I got prestidigitation.
I
can use it to take a pound.
I do not
Take a
have
pound of not.
I do not have minor illusion, but I do have ghost sound, which is really cool.
That could work, yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
I could take a pound of dust and toss it to make it seem like it was the while it's in the battle, and I could make it smell like nasty gemnol.
Don't you also have enlarged? Is it enlarged pony or no? Enlarged Fae?
Lord Fabe, I don't have that.
No, but Duck has. So he could enlarge you. So that you can actually play a big gemnol. Well, a normal-sized gemnol. So yeah, that would probably work.
No, because we'll be using it'll be Lucky Break's diplomacy.
Yeah. But the question is, how do we add to that? I mean, Guiding can set herself on fire. I'm not quite sure how that helps, but
She could play the sun. Here comes the sun.
Honestly, Lucky Break was going to have everybody use for our part. And
you were breaking up there, so use
honestly, Lucky Break was going to have the main parts of the group use their own talents for our group's participation in that situation.
I mean, I understand it, but some of our talents don't quite apply towards acting out a story.
Well, bluff would work, I think.
I mean,
They don't need to. I don't think.
I mean, I could do misdirection and other things like that. And of
I
course,
think you're overthinking it, Ted. I think we don't need them to be.
Do you have disguise?
I mean, I don't have a disguise kit, but skills.
You're muted, Chris, if you're trying to participate too.
Yeah,
I'm just letting you guys do your thing.
Well, I was
Well,
wanting everybody's input, that includes yours. So, it's.
If you want me to do the queen and the kind of martial commander, whatever, I can do that just fine.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I'm just mostly been checking on my grandmother, so. And that's why I've been muted or doing this, that, and the other, because I've had to check on her because she had a very violent reaction with a lot of the poisoning yesterday, so.
Oh.
Oh yeah, the roof collapsing.
No, that was elsewhere. This was, we've gone to get some Chick-fil-A because one of the places she wanted to go
food
to was
poisoning.
closed. And she had basically almost immediately upchucked with things. So it's like
I don't eat at Chick-fil-A, so.
it's unusual for them to have like bad food. It's a rare thing for that. As it was she wanted just a little bit of a nice something else, but due to the way the stuff is here, it's almost a lot of places that are normally open in regards to things are closed.
But
so
anyway.
yeah.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, did you work anything out in regards to a performance plan?
Pretty much.
I have a question about that.
Yes.
A couple of questions, to be entirely
Okay.
honest. Would making the masks or whatever is normally used here, would that be a contribution that would give bonuses or not?
Yeah. Making some props will receive a contribution bonus. So it means you can do some pre-planning work and then still perform later on, so you get even more bonuses.
Okay, then I'm definitely gonna do that. Could I produce enough masks for all my guides?
That would be funny.
I mean, they wouldn't mind fighting with each other, so we could have
I honestly would like to have
I see what you're trying to do. The only downside of that is that they'll probably be too small for a lot of people to see it. But how many of them is there?
That's let me check, because there are swarm stuff for that. It's quite a few. It's a couple of hundred, if I remember.
Probably not all of them.
Are they fine or diminutive?
No, we're getting technical here. Okay, they are. Where's my wrong tab? They are tiny.
Just below.
Okay, so these things are a foot to 2 feet. It's tiny.
Yeah. A swarm of creatures of 300 non-flying creatures.
All right. So you'd probably be able to get 50 done in it at a push, I reckon.
Yeah, that's probably not enough. So I'm gonna concentrate on. Yeah, do we want to go with Roderick playing the Gemnols or the Gemnol?
Well, here's the thing: is Lucky Break was going to just have the in addition to the Queen's part, he's going to have the rest of the group do each of their own parts individually.
Okay.
For our group's participation in that fight. Lucky Break is that equally as important as equally as important.
But we do need an adversary. I mean, if the main theme is that it's a fight against the Gemnols, we need someone to play the generals.
Yes,
Right.
and it's why it's one person at a time for their contribution.
Oh, and the others play the generals?
Yes,
Okay, so I'm just gonna make general mask for everybody.
it's not everybody at the same time. It's one
I
person at a
see.
time.
Oh no!
I see.
I'm gonna
Technically,
bollocks.
the player gets
So-
2 positions.
So you have to step up and perform in your own way.
That's a good point.
Which means Claire technically gets 2 contributions to the show.
I
So
don't
wants Claire to be the queen as well.
know how I'm supposed to do this on my own.
You probably want a unicorn, but I'm not going to argue that because
I'll make that a part of the mask. Don't worry. And we have a mage around to help out with the effects.
We have a unicorn technically.
yeah. All right. Okay, that's fine. All right, that sounds like it's going to be interesting. You don't have to tell me in super detail, but what I would need is people to make checks if they're doing any pre-prep stuff, so masks. That basically you need to make a check just to create masks.
Profession artist?
That will be fine.
Okay.
You can either use profession or you can use craft. It's depending what you want to do. Both
Profession
are
is still higher, so I'm gonna use that. 14.
All right. Was there anybody who was doing any other any other stuff to help out at all?
I have no clue.
There's very little I can do in this regard to help beyond
No?
just understanding, like, basically what was being.
I mean, you could just roll strength or intimidate, or
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
you don't-
remembering
I
the
don't-
line.
it's not as you. I think both you and Ted are making it more complicated to be.
Claire could probably help out with us getting the moves right. I mean, she has profession soldier, right?
Not professional soldier, but a soldier's background. It's yeah, I
That
have
would apply.
yes. Yeah,
That
basically,
would apply
this-
to what Lucky Break wants you to do.
yeah,
No,
I
I
said,
mean, prep-wise, something.
yeah. I could show you the way to, like, swing a sword and look like you know how to do it.
Well, I was more thinking like getting the choreography right by basically getting our coordination.
Yeah, I could.
That's
That would be
great.
something that she would be very happy to do.
I
Especially
simply
given her-
think both you and Ted are making this more complicated.
It's fine. We'll work our way through. So, so basically, you want to just practice people rehearsing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just making sure people rehearse is perfect. And so what I would you guys doing anyway, unless you went in there completely blind and just made it up as you went along. But is there any other things other than rehearsing that you would do preemptively for this?
Trying to do we have to set up a stage? Did the others have stages? No, they just did that around their campfires, right?
It was just around the fire.
Oh, go ahead.
I will mention that with the word that you guys are planning to add your own performance, you'll be told. Well, Langstrong will tell you that they've had to move the fire out into the sort of more central area, so as more individuals from the tribes do want to come and see.
Oh. Okay.
No pressure.
I'm snapping some of the heads off of my arrows to just turn them into blunt tips.
Okay. What are you planning on doing with that?
I mean, I think I thought we were supposed to be showing a representation of what we were doing, what we did against the generals. So I was gonna hide out in the crowd and pop someone who was doing a disguise as a general, and then hop out. I was like, haha, I got one. But I got nothing else.
No, that's fine. I mean, that would be more about what you're doing in the act. Snapping off your arrows is okay. That won't potentially give you any bonus points here, other than making sure you don't horribly kill your partner.
I just didn't want to say I fired an arrow at somebody, and I wanted to establish these are not gonna hurt much, and not be.
I would assume anything you do at this point in time is a performance. Whispered to me, telling me I want to murder this person.
God.
Yeah, secretly Roderick wanted to use this to murder Lucky Break the entire time. It was a ruse.
Getting too close to my secret stash of little tiny plushies.
All right.
Small one.
Is there any other crafting or making or producing that anybody wants to do, which people in the performance will wear or make use of? We've got masks being created, which is fine.
Can anybody sew?
No. Well, technically, Claire would be, as part of her healing and all, would know how to do that.
You would be able to sew flesh. You wouldn't know how to sew a dress.
That's nothing fancy like that, but yeah, but that's what I'm saying, something similar to that.
We don't need something super elaborate, so just having a basic knowledge of sewing.
Oh,
Yeah.
For the performance, during the stage where Claire dresses up as the Queen Regent, she can have my what are they called? The wondrous item that I'm carrying.
Sleeves of many garments.
Yes. So you can change quickly.
Okay,
And into something that looks right.
Yeah, because she does have like something equivalent to representing the equivalent, sort of like, would be a little bit more with the heraldic symbols on the one armor that she did adjust and bring, as rather than just the brutish, more devilish armor that she usually tends to wear.
Right, you have the good armor. Okay.
Yeah, as I said, I made sure to bring one because I figured I'd be doing like bodyguard duty, and so the one that sort of
you're being made to get stuck in.
Okay, all right. I have something. I have something that might help. I'm gonna take. I have two outfits. I have my courtier's outfit, which helps me look better in decent company. But I also still have my tearaway burglar's outfit. I'm gonna take a dagger and I'm gonna kind of just sew it to one of the sleeves of that, and I'm gonna use mage hand to move it around to make it look like I'm still like not so much on the ground, but something's floating around with a dagger to be in a fight.
Okay, so that would probably be helping in regards to the performance at this point.
Yeah.
I'm looking at stuff you can create. I think there's probably not much more you guys would be able to do prepping. I think it'd be more about you guys performing. So,
yep. I won't be in the fight. My cloak will be. that way I can hide in the crowd and do that arrow shot thing.
All right, so I don't mind sort of throwing together the story for you guys. So it sounds like you're doing the fight with the Gemnols when you met up with the Queen Regent.
Yes.
You were still the princess at that point, and you're kind of playing out your role in stopping the Gemnols, rolling the rock down the road, and then probably how the Queen then was able to defeat the Gemnol army.
Plus, Lucky Break wants to put emphasis on Queen Regents because it would be nice, especially when it comes to like the Blood Ear tribe, to show that our leader is more than happy to get into combat herself.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's why I was going to say you're going to show the Queen then winning the battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she was up there with the front line, like holding things so that people could do what they needed to. Yes.
So it's easy. You obviously got your story. You each play your own moments as you have a little bit of heroic, and then you have the Queen at the end, and all of you dressed up as Gemnols, and the Queen fighting you all when you're falling over dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I've got the idea of it. I need to know who's the main roller, and
Lucky Break.
Lucky Break. Cool. So I just want from the rest of you, what skill you are rolling to help, and you can give me a flavor text of how you're using it if you wish to. You don't have to tell me how you're using it. You just need to be using a skill which might suit with what you're trying to do.
I would be using the melee attack here because basically it's both a show of like because she'll be fighting as well as like weaving and all.
So you're doing like almost like a gladiatorial style, like flares with your fighting, that sort of thing.
Yes, basically she's using her martial ability as well as like you could see her like soundlessly barking orders and like something like that. Basically as well as like she has experience with how gemnals are. She does have a gemnal weapon as well at the moment with the carrion crawler.
No, that's good. I mean, there's an actual entire rule system about flamboyant fighting. I can't remember what it's called.
Weapon performance or performance weapon.
Yeah.
One of the two.
So okay, a melee for your weapon performance. I'm happy with that. So I'm making quick. Where we are? Where are those chapters? So. Alright, so we've got Lucky.
For the sake of my diplomacy roll, does this count as a new? Are we doing this performance on a new day from the riddles?
Yes, it is a new day.
Good.
So you may. I would say your performance probably is going to last between 20, 30 to 40 minutes max. So you can use any spells going into it, which will add you bonuses to certain things, as long as it will have a duration of that sort of time frame.
Prestidigitation is until concentration lapses, I believe, so that's...
So I've got Claire. Okay, so Lucky's doing main, Claire's melee. Who else is doing what?
I do have advantage on my diplomacy, so.
So I'll go to the top. Alwyn, what are you doing with your one?
To get the moves right, I'm gonna do acrobatics. Probably gonna set myself on fire at some point during the performance, just for effect.
I mean, you set yourself on fire during that combat, so.
Yes.
You could probably use the sort of the little guys as sort of the background of things, like to signify how many of the gemnals there are. Like basically, you have the ones in the forefront, and then you got the little fires in the back to sort of add and cast shadow.
All right.
I got one better. Use two of them to look like eyes in the shadows.
I like I said, don't have to go too complicated.
Yeah.
I've got obviously Claire melee, guiding acrobatics, and being on fire.
Yes.
Roderick.
Bluff to make. I'm trying to bluff to make it look like my cloak is there and not me, or make it look like I'm there but I'm not.
Cool. That is perfectly good. Pigwin.
Yeah?
What are you doing?
I thought I was just casting like an enlarge spell or little ghost sound spells and things like that. I wasn't really doing anything.
I guess I also rolling stealth because I actually
Penguin has his own portion of the show.
Okay, so you are contributing magic.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So this is what I've got it down as.
so you could roll. Because Penguin has his own.
You might want to add stealth to mine because I forgot I got to hide in the crowd.
Only you can only use one roll, so you need to pick what one you want to use.
Although Lucky Break knows it'll make Penguin. Penguin does have his own portion of the show, so he is getting it from people.
That's fine. Penguin, because I do need a roll, even though you are using magic, you can either use Knowledge Arcana or Spellcraft for this.
Based. Let me pull up my sheet really quick.
But Lucky Break feels confident that Penguin will be able to get in front of people.
It's one or the other, Roderick, not both.
I know. I said stealth. I said stealth.
Okay. Okay. So what will happen is each of you will make your individual rolls. I will add it. I may add some additional bonuses based on. I've added some based on the setup. I will add some additional bonuses based on what you do with your rolls. So if you give me a small description, like obviously Roderick hiding in the crowd, shooting out, making your thing dance like you're not there, that sort of thing. I might add some additional pluses.
because our group has a little bit of everything that the clans like, and that's why Lucky wants to do it this way.
Okay, so I need everybody who's supporting to make me a roll on their declared skill. Feel free to add a little bit of flair as well if you want to, if there's anything additional you wish to add.
I think that speaks for itself.
Okay, for the Gemnol part, Claire would sort of have because she does have the old. We do have the shields from them still.
Yeah,
As well,
I don't
like-
think we got around to selling them.
No, we don't. So basically,
No.
Claire would sort of have the armor and with a little bit of the prop and all with that to sort of look like sort of the very savage brutes and all with the weapons they have and the swords and like that kind of thing, just sort of selling up the savagery as she sort of does the
Okay,
sort of the
that
British
comes under
kind of
props.
yeah. Because we have actual Gemnol stuff, so this would be for the Gemnols.
Okay, so your melee fighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice attack roll. That's a good roll.
Right,
And
so
for the the other part again with the queen and all, she would be like keeping with the sort of command up there in the front as like her allies are around her from both sides in regards to things of like just barking orders as she seems to sort of silently barking orders as she seems to duck and weave and sort of against the other things, the other critters and all.
No, that's good. So
That didn't roll as well.
it's only one roll. It's not. You don't roll again.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That-
even though you have two parts, it's only the one.
Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know if it was two parts or how you want to do that. Okay, so that's fine.
Which is good, because that roll was garbage.
Yes, it was.
I've got two rollers. I either need our stealth from Roderick
I'm doing the description.
and our spell throwing from Penguin.
Where is it?
Penguin. Let's see if I can find you again.
It'll take a second.
There's one thing Lucky Break knows he's good at, it's these kind of things. He is a clever pony.
Gosh, this is what he looks like.
I never realized that there was a penguin on the back. What is he eating or drinking? What
In
is
a large faith potion.
Sorry. Somebody wanted to know if Penguin.
The penguin is
Oh.
drinking an enlarged Fey potion. Did I hear that correctly?
Gunther.
Gunter is canonically very curious, which is why he constantly experiments with things and really likes Becca's things that he does.
All
Oh,
right.
that's funny.
So that's all of the supporting roles with
23, 23, 22, and 23.
yeah. So Mike, as you are the main performer, you've done something what gives you can do 2 rolls a day. If you have anything what gives you any more bonuses or anything else what helps, then you can utilize that.
I have useful ones.
That's my key gadget.
We still got agility, don't we? After this,
Yeah, I mean, you can all do all of the challenges again. There's nothing.
no, not again. We haven't done agility.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I know. It's your turn now, Mike.
All right. So let's see here. So no matter, well, all of these rolls will be at a +2.
That's fine. We can add that in at the end. 26.
And so 28 total.
We can re-roll that because it's a new day. Or you
Yeah,
tried
he
to.
did.
That's what he did.
That's what he's done. All
Okay,
right.
so the 26.
So you're taking
Total
26.
of 28. Total of 28.
28. Okay, plus 28 to what you've already managed to accomplish, which gets you that number. All right, so the creative.
Putting our leader in a good light is important in our city. Especially if Lucky Break wants to get everybody on the city side.
All right. So with that performance, I can tell you now, it definitely went. It went how you planned it to go. A bit like that moment when Lucky stands there and goes, "I love it when a plan comes together," and it literally did that. It went off without a hitch. You had Penguin with his magical cues going off. Each of you had your moment to shine as you performed your individual parts, and which then built up to the climax at the end with obviously Claire dressed as the Queen, being all very regal and commanding, fighting off and defeating the Gemnolds in the victory of upon the battlefield.
Yes.
Performance went off with a bang.
I'm so happy the dice were mostly 16 is a really 18 is not. Oh, bad. Get out of here.
Bad dice. Bad.
It's definitely something that would excite the tri-ponies, and they definitely would be. A number of them would be impressed and happy, and the kids definitely loved it, and it definitely seems to sort of on the edge of like starting to impress everybody, and you definitely feel like it made a massive impact towards things.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
We did well.
Oh no!
A job well done.
Oh, to this quick. Right, I sent one of you a message on Discord. So everyone check. When you,
Not me.
yeah, I know it wasn't. It's to prompt everybody, so no one knows exactly who it is. So,
I think with the laughing, we have a pretty possible candidate.
I can't spell shit.
Well, why would you want to spell it?
If you didn't catch what that horrible spelling was.
Ah, dear. I was trying not to say anything. Daffodils would come up to you and inform you that the chief would like to speak with you.
Oh, okay.
as a group,
Okay.
not just Lucky.
Silent
Break, but-
Hunter, huh?
Yeah, he assumed that much.
Okay. Daffodils is... Wait, did I make sure I put it right?
That would be the Din of the Black Coves. I
Yeah,
guess.
I make sure I got that. Yep, I did get that one.
Silent
right.
Hunter, yes. She will say she's been asked to bring you by in the morning.
Okay. Well, after everything was said and done, I guess they would be.
I had a question about the festival in general.
Yes.
Is this an affair where you can walk around and... I know that it seems to be difficult to visit other tribes, but would it be something where there's like a common area where you get like food?
Yeah.
Talk about
and stuff?
commingling?
Yeah.
Yeah, there would be a sort of central area where they would have actually got you to perform, given more people wanted to see. So you would have done that in sort of the more common area.
You created a scene, but in a good way.
Yeah. Each tribe would have their own camping area where they can or could choose who comes in, who doesn't come in. But there is trade and stuff between the people, and so there are various tribes that do come in and out. But some are more open than others.
Mm-hmm. And these contests happen in the common area?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Then Guiding would use every 3 minutes where she isn't walking around or doing contests to basically mingle and socialize.
To begin with, you do tend to get it's a little bit more. What word does it use towards you?
Distanced.
Distance. Sometimes rude. If you happen to try and talk to a blooded ear member, hostile.
Interesting. Do they have something like a common currency?
They don't work with coin. It's more trade.
Oh, interesting. I hope you brought stuff to trade. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I think you were given something by the Queen Regent as gifts to the chieftains when you were allowed to see them, which I believe you've given to obviously 2 of them so far.
Yeah.
For 2 of them at least, yeah.
Yeah.
We've not been invited or whatever to the others, so.
But in the morning would be when Daffodils will take you to meet Silent Hunter again.
Okay.
True to her name, she stands silent.
All right. So, I mean, Silent Hunter will wait for you to come in. Her daughter will be there this time round.
Did you say Sun Hunter or Silent Hunter?
Silent.
Okay.
And her daughter, Night Blessing, will also be there this time around.
Guiding will wave at her.
It's again with them both next to each other. If you didn't know what their cutie marks were, you probably wouldn't know who was who.
Okay. Claire is sort of quiet, just sort of looking over both as she's sort of giving a very curious eye, but is not saying much.
Right. Lucky, I believe you introduced yourself as the diplomat, didn't you?
Yes, he did. Because
she asked you to step forward.
Diplomat, please step forward.
So,
Yes.
with confidence.
She'll go. You come to us and gave a request. Now is the time to make your request once again and state what you offer and what you ask. Basically, you can either choose to make a diplomacy check to get them on your side, or you can just role play it out. Really,
I think we're gonna make a diplomacy check
you can do that. That's fine.
because I don't think my brain is not
You
wanting.
fail. Okay, I can tell you now. With these, you cannot fail because you've got a +16, unless that was bonuses.
I have a plus 12 normally
Plus 12.
with diplomacy.
Who are you guys? One. With them.
With my dice.
I mean, you can make the roll. I mean, I'm not expecting anything drastic.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
And it's a new day, so again, you can re-roll.
Oh, okay, good.
Do you have to choose before you roll or after you roll?
I have to choose before I roll.
I probably wouldn't waste it on these guys.
That's harsh.
Eh.
When the GM tells you don't waste it, don't waste
15.
it. Maybe.
15. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was perfect. You state very clearly. You don't say anything insulting or anything like that, and they will pledge their support to the tribe of Turvs. The tribe of Talos.
Lucky Break will be very respectful. No. We'll say we thank you for your aid.
Yeah. You obviously indicate that with your diplomacy check that you're also looking to gain information about the Gemnol King's escapes from battle.
Actually, it's a good thing I rolled diplomacy in that because I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, part of the diplomacy was basically throwing that in as well. So,
well, if I went ahead and role played it, I would have forgotten that part.
That's fine. They don't know too much themselves about the Gemnol King's escape, but what they do know is there is a network of tunnels under the forest to the north. The Black Hooves sometimes use them to explore the area and provide details for a tunnel entrance.
Lucky Break
I
will.
believe when they say forest to the north, I think they mean this area here. I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, my mistake. They actually mean the forest up here. Remembering other details. So, yeah, the whole sort of jungle area. They say forest, but I think it's actually more of a jungle area all up here.
Yep, lots of jungle.
Yeah. I need to make some checks.
Welcome to the jungle.
That goes up to that number. Which then kicks. Okay. It means they will offer you military support. Oh no, sorry, you whispered.
Yeah, it's just
Guiding doesn't know anything about this.
yeah.
And since they were so vague, that's basically.
You can either ask or do anything else. You can what's the word? Brain, map, words. You can ask any additional questions or do anything else, but that is pretty much all what she calls you there for. So there is nothing else that you're required for. So you can leave.
Can you repeat that? I ended up getting a text message and missed it. Someone's pestering me.
Basically, they have a tunnel network to the north.
I got that part. I got the tunnel network to the north that's in the jungle.
Okay.
That'll be something you would share, obviously, when you finish here with the military or the Queen.
The last question was whether we have any more questions or anything we want to say.
Yeah, I mean, this is more of a personal thing towards the NPC. If not, you are allowed to leave.
Yep. One question to probably ask is, who would you like us to set up to receive if you wish to send a delegation?
It will be to me directly.
Well, that would be something that hopefully, because it depends. They're conversing, or was she addressed that to everyone or just to Lucky?
Well, if you asked, it'll be direct. The answer.
No, but Lucky's the one stepped forward. Like, if she's just still talking to him, Claire's not going to interrupt until it's over. But if she asked that question to everyone here.
Oh no, this was me as a GM asking. If this
Okay, I'm sorry. I was misunderstanding how the context of the question. No, Claire would ask who we might tell our leaders to be expecting, so that they are given their proper due.
Expecting
For a delegation, if you wish to further continue forward with this with us. If you wish to send someone to
any individual should come to me directly.
As you wish. I will relay such information. Okay.
Lucky Break would say delegates aren't always necessary. There are other ways of trading information.
Okay, I guess.
Lucky Break actually actively expected to not receive delegates from the individual tribes to come back to Carlos. That would be
Odd.
It would be odd, and it would be difficult seeing that they're not always in the same place outside of the festival.
So the other question is, I guess, have there been any others that have tried to approach us through you in matters?
If any of us want to approach you, they will do it directly, not through me.
Okay.
Lucky Break would nod.
Guiding would ask Claire if it were okay to ask for a portrait.
You would have to ask her here. It's...
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, I missed something here. She will say this alliance is currently only agreed upon if you can at least get 2 others to join. If you can't, then she won't necessarily be able to pledge her. She would not pledge her support alone.
To keep the solidarity of the Turks tribes.
Yes, which is why Lucky is seeking to get all 6.
So, but she has pledged it as long as you can get others.
Mm-hmm.
If Lucky Break's goal is to collect all 6, so
Full house.
Yep, he wants the best hand.
Yeah, Guiding would ask if she understands that this that her tribe is quite focused on privacy, so she understands if her request be denied, but would she be willing to have a portrait of herself drawn?
She'll probably have to inquire more in regards to what you mean by portrait.
I probably brought an example of what I mean. Well, a painting, a picture,
like one of the yours.
Yeah, I mean, once you have given her an example of what it is, she will then understand. I mean, they'll probably have similar things, but a lot more crude. She will probably, because you'll probably bring some of your better works, I would assume. She would probably look quite impressed at it, and probably would accept you doing such a thing.
That is great.
Black Hooves will remember this.
Okay.
All right.
It's kind of what I'm imagining in this situation. We're basically playing out a telltale game.
Whenever she is free and has a bit of time, or if she doesn't mind me hanging around.
You'll probably be able to. We're going to go with you'll probably be able to catch her at certain points to do sketches and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. What I will also mention is upon finishing here and heading out and stuff, you will have a lark song come along, and we'll also mention that their chieftain would like to see you as well.
Okay, well, that would be the next place to go then.
There may be a slight cascade effect here.
Yeah.
Here we
Because
go.
we did try a very
You guys got
broad-reaching net.
You guys got a lot of attention in one day.
Well, there's a threshold, and once you hit it, then the next thing happens, and then the next thing happens, because it's kind of, when you do certain things, it sort of hits a threshold, and you need to...
Yeah.
At least...
If I had more time to think about it, like I did performance at the Wonder Ponies, then I probably could have done better, but I don't think we really need.
I feel like you guys are gonna have a busy day, and it's not gonna be just
I
doing
don't think we
content.
need something as elaborately planned out as that was.
Of the Black Hooves clan.
All right. So, you'll be asked to visit the chieftain again, and Loxon would ask for you to, join him to go to the chief.
Well, given he was the next one to approach us, it would be no reason not to.
Yep. Again, if you don't remember who Salty Ground...
Salty Ground.
Yeah, he's an ancient earth pony who sits by the fire. Yep, his coat is molted with silver hairs, and you can see the wisdom in his eye. He's called you here for obviously the same sort of meeting. Lucky, you can do the same thing again. You can do the diplomacy check rather than role playing it out if you want.
No, unfortunately, I think I will go. The role play would be more fun, but at the same time, I can't talk today, so
it's perfectly fine.
We can't always talk. It happens.
This is why there's DCs for these things, for the times when you just want to roll dice rather than have to worry about the talking.
Do I want to use the advantage on this one?
Probably not, because this is someone that we had at least a cordial, somewhat decent relationship with, I think. We probably want to look at one of the other four as a potential, because those are Blaze and...
But these are the tactical fighty ones, right?
This is the Sun Queen. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Strength and honor, yeah.
Yeah. Well, your call.
Yeah, I'm gonna just use one roll for in that case.
Lucky.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah. I'd probably save it for the Thornbriars or the Bloody Deers.
Oh, I know who I'm saving it for if I can. If they confront us this day, I know who I'm using it on.
It's like, oh, we know who it's going.
Because in case it hasn't been picked up yet, lucky there is one Lucky is nervous about.
Yeah, you did help him.
And as a shot as son, you could probably guess which one it is.
Just bear with me, the GM is just making sure his math was correct, because he's suddenly gone, oh, if I not added something together, because I just want to make sure I don't give you too little points for what's currently going on. Accuracy, you guys. Real
This was a 30 combined, right?
No. +5 from that. And you've got +5. That's okay, cool. Alright, so okay, Lucky. Obviously you've had now a bit of practice with obviously making your stance known and clear and stuff like that. That he he will pledge. Actually, he will pledge the Redstone's support, even without the support of any other tribe.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Red Rock, you mean, don't you?
Yeah, he will pledge their support even if no others join.
Lucky Break will say, "That is, we are very gracious for a clan of yours."
In regard, he will be able to tell you is there are old ruins in the forest that no pony knows who built. The Gemnol King has set up his base in the ruins somewhere in there.
I feel like I really should have played the damn Ruminant.
I'll tell you now, it's not Ruminant Ruins. Because I thought, oh, they're doing that. But no, it's actually, technically, there was somebody after the Ruminant.
Okay, huh.
Other ponies besides. There are other old ponies besides.
No, there was something before ponies.
That's right. There was something before. I remember.
If you can remember, then you'll work out what it is. Then you have been given hints of it already.
I'd have to go back into the book and.
Yeah, I won't worry.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look.
He gives you that, so that goes up to that.
I kind of want it to be a surprise for Lucky Break.
I mean, the Griffins had a kingdom that stretched over most of Everglow.
For a
Yeah.
while, yeah.
There was also then technically another race before them. Then
Okay.
okay, you have Everglow's been around for a while. You have the ruminants, you have the people I'm not mentioning, you have the cats, and now you have the ponies.
Okay. Oh.
There's been a few.
Okay.
Well, I don't know this extra party, so.
That will be the information he will give you. He will thank you for saving his or rescuing his son again, and you are free to ask him any additional questions you may wish at this point.
My brain is dying. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Actually, Claire would ask
No.
something of him. If we wish to reach the Bloody Deer, would there be any advice he could give, given they would be of age as well, despite their differences?
He would recommend that you prove your strength and maybe win a competition.
Okay.
That is his best recommendation.
Yeah. Well, they almost had a chance at the rest at the strength one.
Every time you say bloodied ear, what I hear is bloody deer.
Oh, Lucky Break. I mean, they like bravery, so Lucky Break has only one thing that can even remotely be applied to the Bloody Deer clan. So.
Well, we'll thank him for his time in his audience. And I guess we'll step out if we don't have anything else.
Cool. No, I'm on the right number. Excellent.
Can I ask him again now? Yes?
I love the determination here.
Claire's not going to stop you this time.
I don't
Guiding
think it would be a good idea as.
Guiding is gonna ask him whether he would be willing to have a portrait drawn of himself.
Would he like an artistic likeness of himself?
Are you asking him?
Yes.
Again, if you show him something, he will probably look at it and and would say if he does one of his son as well.
Gladly. All right. She would be happy to do that, yeah.
Okay. So you've got 3 portraits on queue.
Yep. Let me roll these up real quick. Hopefully I'm gonna get something better than last time.
Oh, I see. That's the DC for getting them to right.
So for him and for his son. Yeah, that's a decent. And this all will be done. At least the sketches will be done over the time that we're there.
Okay.
I have to look up what they were called because otherwise.
Yeah. So as we're stepping out, are there any others that decided to offer at least an interest, or we're sort of free to go on things?
You are free to carry on at this point.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll let Roger do his agility and.
Lang, as you do leave, Lark Song. God, I don't know why I keep saying Langstrong. Lark Song would probably recommend that you try pushing your luck now with the other tribes. Some of them may agree to see you now.
He's letting you push your luck.
He's recommend. It's up to you if you still want to do it. And he will go if you want. If you need to know anything more about any of the tribes, he can tell you.
Actually, ask if he knows anything about the Stone Marchers, because Claire did face one of those that was
Are you asking him, or are you asking?
Yeah, I'm asking him about the Stone Marchers a bit, because she did face one of them in the wrestling and all. It came down to a coin flip in terms of.
He tells you about obviously the way their community works, a bit more like a democracy in regards to all the different sects coming together and obviously then speaking, and then the leader obviously making the final decision based on what all the different sects say.
The arbitration.
Yeah. He then does say that the Stone Marchers still remember sort of the way their clan was formed bears a strong resemblance on who they are today. He tells you that their clan was once forced out of a city. They had to march across the endless barren stony waste, and half the clan died before they found food and water. This generally means they have a strong history of distrust for all city dwellers, and they value resilience and hardiness. And their legends tell of ponies who survived great suffering to achieve their aim, and they pride themselves on distances they can run on ongoing long periods without food and water, and other similar feats of great endurance.
Okay. Claire is going to look to see if she can find Rocky Force again with regards to things. The one that she was facing in the wrestling bit. That sort of came down to the coin flip.
Probably have to go to their fight.
Lucky Rick will be going there as well.
Well, she's not going to go to there. She's going to try to approach one of those that she very briefly met, at least, and trying to see if the matter of an audience could be arranged at a time of their convenience.
Well, like I said, probably to find that individual, you need to actually try and find him.
Okay.
That'll be the issue, because you just don't know where the first thing is. You can sort of wander around, hope you run into them, but that's no guarantee. The only way you can 100% guarantee would be to go to his camp.
Yeah, Lucky
That
Rick.
way,
Wait,
guarantee
Yeah.
finding him.
Yep.
What did you want to do, sorry?
Lucky Bricks is just going to their camp.
Yeah, I guess if that's rather than trying to hunt like that, the camp would be the next spot.
They will, obviously, you'll be stopped at the gate. Mainly because, obviously, you're still outsiders. They will still stop you and ask, what is your bidding here?
Lucky Brick will say, I wish to have a discussion with your leader.
That would be Flint Thinker.
The thinker of Flint.
They will actually, again, they will have to do the thing where they will need to check with him to see if that is the case. Really? Okay. And they, one of them will go off. Another guard will stand there, and he will mention. He will also talk about the fact that he saw your around the fire, and you get the sense that he does seem impressed by your tale, and your deeds.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
thank
Claire.
you.
Yeah, Claire's not wearing anything that hides the scars or anything else that she has.
You're going around butt naked.
No, not butt naked, but she has like just again, like the scar around her neck is what I'm talking about, or her face.
I mean,
those are.
butt naked will be probably more normal for everything around here.
Yeah, Lucky Break is actually probably is dressed more similar to the.
Everybody around here is butt naked by pony standards.
Yeah, well, they're wearing tribal clothing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lucky Break.
That is not butt naked though.
That's close enough.
I mean, it doesn't leave much to the imagination, as they say.
Claire's
Yeah,
got
Lucky
something
Break
of a.
isn't dressed as his normal, isn't his regular attire that you guys.
Yeah, Claire's got the usual undershirt that
It's
goes.
a lot of emphasis on it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean,
yeah, Lucky
typically-
Break is wearing his usual attire.
To be fair, loincloths don't leave much to the imagination, so.
No,
You've
but
seen Lucky Break dressed like this at one other place.
And you do see a lot of, obviously, tribal paintings on ponies' bodies and that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, it's
you will have. Where's it gone? I'm trying to find people say yes or no. I had a number you needed to reach for him to say yes, and I wanted to find out if it was hit that number.
So Lucky Break is dressed actually more similar to how the Turves tribes are dressed at them, because A, he prepared for it, and B, his own tribe at short legs is not that much different.
yeah. Claire has the stuff that usually goes on under the armor for her because.
Okay. He will agree to meet with you, and the individual leads you inwards to the to where the chieftain is. We are. Here we go. As you head into the tent and start walking towards the middle-aged looking pony, a guard will stop you just before you approach them. It appears that the middle-aged pony is listening to two others of his tribe members. After a few moments, he speaks something to them, and they nod and they canter away while he turns and walks towards you. His coat is grey with flecks of muted that gleam slightly.
You were breaking up there.
Yeah.
How much did you hear?
We got flecks of gray with muted things that sort of sparkle.
Muted colors, muted color that gleam slightly in the sunlight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He will approach you, and he will look you all over. What's the word? He's basically sizing you all up. Those of you who have come.
Okay. Claire's going to see what she can get a little bit of a read on him as well. She's... Nope. Well. I saved you a one.
Might as well try as well. Since he actually... there it is.
Yeah. If anyone else wants to get a...
better.
What's the overall score with any additional pluses?
17.
17. Okay.
Yeah, only Mystic Prancer gives me only Negotiator gives me a bonus.
Yeah, like I said, just need to know what they fund.
Prancer only gives me Diplomacy and Bluff.
Okay, so you looking over him. Anyone else? Pig, when do you want in? I think you're the
One of the group has sense motive here. I'm surprised.
Wow, all our rolls are garbage.
Wait, Gunter has a turn now. Don't you care?
Oh, Gunter, grit.
Gunter rolling that 20.
What is Gunter's? What is Gunter's? Gunter's sense motive is that. Okay, cool. Let's roll this. Oh, it's rolling. Roll 20 is being slow.
Yeah, it's been a little bit slow today.
Oh, it's coming. Don't you worry about it. Nice.
Actually, looking at the numbers, Gunter a little higher than everyone.
Everybody except for Lucky Breaks.
So you look at him.
Even Lucky Breaks is only a 17. One higher than Lucky Breaks.
The only thing you really get is he seems to be. You'll get this as he starts talking to you. So I'll give you a little bit of it now, as because you're going to start talking, and that's when you said motive. You get a sense with talking with him that he's a bit of a skeptic, and also and a bit of a cynic as well when it comes to most situations.
Ooh.
He's the anti-Lucky Break, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. This is gonna be the only way he could be any further Lucky is gray, which he kind of is, you said, and if he was anti, then he would be truly Lucky Break's opposite.
Again, I suppose what it comes down to is you can choose to obviously role play out the initial meeting, or you can make the roll.
I will make the roll, but I will do some introductions first.
That's fine.
Lucky Break will go over, because he actually knows this tribe's general behavior, so Lucky Break will be able to at least know that his usual methods will at least be, for introductions anyway, will be sufficient.
Claire is going to approach with, because this is the one that has the cooperation. So, and
Okay.
sort of a bit of a we speak rather than just one speaks.
Yeah, Lucky Break would know that.
But yeah,
All
that's
right.
why I'm saying like Claire would sort of.
What would your introductions be there, Lucky, then?
Lucky Break would say, "Our greetings. It is our pleasure to see your clan. You have a very good It is very well structured."
We find if one works alone, then decisions can often be. Decisions cannot necessarily be made correctly, and self-interests tend to be prevalent than what is acting, rather than what is best for the tribe. So everyone has a voice, and somebody speaks for them.
How hard of a life does he look to have led?
He's middle-aged. That's all I can tell you about his age.
Lucky Break will say that should he refer to his? He'll refer to people of his race actually in this situation. He's like, well, he's like, my people from my original home, we value similar structures of cooperation in in closeness. He was like, I do, or we, or two from my group, came here in order to request your aid for our kingdom. I know our viewpoints may differ a little bit in how we execute things, but in the end, we all work together. Everyone works together in their own way. I will roll diplomacy.
How much of a alright, with the ponies around, do they seem to have this is sort of the something of a scars, durability, that sort of the nature of what they seem to sort of espouse has sort of shown if they look weathered, or if that kind of thing makes sense.
There's no signs of scar or anything else like that. Initially weathered.
But do they look like something that generally most of the ponies have been more hardy than the other ones we've seen so far?
Yeah, these ones look definitely more stout, and they probably have a lot more. I mean, it's hard to describe what basically an individual who's built for endurance looks like.
No, I actually do. That's sort of why Claire is so blocky.
Yeah. You probably then share a very similar build to what they have then.
Yeah.
Once again, the exact opposite of Lucky. He is small, he is thin, and he is...
As Claire's sort of just looking around, she's just going to... I guess sort of probably seeing those sort of similar and sort of build and whatnot, she's just sort of going to say more to herself, though she does say it aloud, is life does leave scars. You can weather it like a rock, or be blown away like a leaf.
I should have used advantage, but oh well.
Bear with me, Mike. I am trying to find the thing where it tells me stuff. Right.
I should have used my advantage.
Right. So.
Not the two we were on good terms with.
They've agreed to meet with you.
Are you going to use that or not? Or did you say...
Oh, I already rolled, so I can't.
Oh.
I have to make it clear to Matt before I roll that I'm going to use it.
Players, remember that.
That's how those abilities work.
No prescripted.
In fact, that's how they work in 5th edition, too. You have to make these kind of abilities clear.
Not always. It usually has to say, though, one way or the other. Some can let you roll after it.
Effectively, then they gain this.
Don't think there are any abilities like Pathfinder. I think
Pretty much mostly in Pathfinder, most of those abilities you have to declare that you're going to use it before you make it. So you kind of have to take your luck with it.
I mean, I tend to check a few things with players, a bit like when they suddenly make a spell roll, I'm like, were you going to cast that defensively? Just because some people do things without thinking.
Yeah, if he seems to be sort of waffling on this, did she note anyone that seemed to be like they might have? She, I guess, would, given the fact that she's sort of this way, like this is someone that's probably just that inflection of cynicalness. Would she be able to sort of offer something that might sweeten the deal?
Probably not that I can think of, right? Because if you were going to try and assist Lucky, you'd have to roll first.
I know, but basically he may have made something like if he seems like sort of like we might be interested, but you need to do more for us kind of deal. Like if he's giving that kind of response, if he might be able to sweeten the deal.
That's so each. See. 3. Okay, so that is what it is. So for them to join that. Okay. So Lucky, with talking to him and
That's a 16, right?
I think it's a 15.
Is it a 15 or a 16, Lucky?
It's a 16
Oh, it's 16. Okay.
because it's Prancer and Negotiator would apply here. It's a 16.
All right. So he will say to you that he understands your plight and the fact that you do need to stand firm against such an enemy. But at this moment in time, the sorry, I'm forgetting tribe names again. The Stone Marches would not offer support to you.
Is there a way we could earn your support?
He would say that you prove yourselves to be resilient and show hardiness.
Okay. Well,
I suppose I'll have to get hanged a second time and survive that.
We can try the thing again.
Lucky Break will say, very well.
The tug of war.
Yep.
And Roderick
It
can do
will-
his obstacle course.
He will turn to the rest of it. As I believe that is all we had to ask for, correct? We had to ask.
She'll look to him and simply ask, even though I doubt you will agree to such at this point, are there those among you whose hardiness has unfortunately failed that I might at least prove, as I have with the what was it, the Black Hooves, in regards to their frail or
Claire, with your healing ability, that would have spread, and there would have been other tribes that have come to you and asked for help. So that's a kind of an ongoing thing, and I've already given you bonus points for that.
Okay, but she would have asked him that directly, as
Yeah.
if there's anything that she can do, because she is asking, bringing her forth, like because she's there talking to him
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Like,
He would accept your skills upon healing as they have been heard, and you would be allowed to help those that may need help.
Yep. So I'll do a general heal check.
So you don't need to make a heal check.
Okay, I'm thankful you said that at that time, because like, what the hell? I've gotten both ones so far today.
Yeah, because you've already made the initial roll.
Okay, and that was for all those people. Okay, gotcha.
And that is from the continuous effect of that over the week.
Okay, that works out pretty nicely then.
And I've already given you some rep for that.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought it was just for one tribe that I was working, not for multiple.
No, that was enough. You would have got one tribe who would have been probably the opener for it, and then it would have spread, and then you would have gone.
Okay,
I mean,
gotcha.
If you did really crap to begin with,
I would
then-
have had to go for, yeah.
Yeah, then they wouldn't have asked for your help anymore, and then you probably that would have been it. But because you did really well, it would have spread very quickly. So that's why I've given you the bonus rep.
Okay,
at that
gotcha.
point. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that works out pretty nicely.
But at this point, there will be nothing else you would be able to really get from the Stone Marches clan at this point.
Okay.
They seem to be still resistant, but they at least listened to you and allowed you to come speak to the chieftain, which is something.
Yeah. Okay. We probably want to see about the agility in regards to things for because that might help with the Thornbriars. So we'll do these agility and then try the strength again, see if how it goes.
All right. Well, we've just hit our stopping time. So what we'll probably do is catch up where you give whoever you want to throw at the hurdles.
Roderick.
Okay, Roderick, you're gonna suffer then.
He's the easiest one to throw. Very aerodynamically stable.
Roderick will be the one who runs himself ragged through them, and we'll see how well he does next week, and then you can try poking more people.
Let's see. It's
Sorry, I've just realised what number you got currently on the rep.
Okay.
nice.
Okay, I'll give you the number.
Oh, God.
I knew it was this one or.
That's why I said nice.
Oh, Lord.
Nice.
All right. This was fun.
I think I know what Lucky Break's gonna do, because Lucky Break is showing brave. It's easy to show bravery of our group when Claire is doing all the work.
When
In
Claire
the
is
strength.
going flame on.
Is Lucky gonna take his go at wrestling?
He is going to lose, but he's at least going to make himself look brave.
Okay, well, we will look at your doom later on. And,
God.
we'll save that for next week.
He's at least
We're
going to
gonna
make
start
himself
off the
brave in the
session next
process.
week with your doom.
Yeah,
No, we got to let Roderick shine at least.
yeah. But we will continue on with doing the agility one, which
Yep,
no one has done yet, and see how well you do.
All right.
Tug of war again.
This was an interesting session.
Mm-hmm.
I got to use a lot more diplomacy rolls during this whole session.
How much of the 69 was our performance, though? That's what I'm curious about.
A good portion of this is the initial startup is the performance. That's actually a very big thing, which is why I wanted you to try and put more work in, because I knew if you hit the right number, it would help you a lot.
Well, apparently hitting 69 did. Ha!
Well, you went way above the numbers required. Let's just say on the performance. So you got max marks basically.
If I had more time, I would have been able to do something, but I don't think we needed something as aberrant.
Yeah, put it this way: just as you hit the performance, that's because you jumped so high up. Kind of like I said, the cascading effect kind of started kicking in, and why you got as far as you have with at least 3 tribes. So you've got one who have pledged themselves fully, and you have one who says that if you get 2 others, they will join.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to pull this. You say they'll join if you. They said they'll join if you'll join, and to them, and then you go to the other group and you just say the same thing to them. They said they'll join if you'll join, and just never know
That is
that
a recipe for disaster.
I've seen it succeed.
Daffodils would highly discourage you from doing that.
I will say that even in cartoons, that never works. That usually goes down in flames.
Langstrong will also indicate that the chieftains do talk to each other, and it will probably be found out fairly quickly. And he then asks, "How long can you survive without food and water?"
Daffodils would give it a bit of a chuckle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, we will stop here, and you guys can try your madness next time. One thing I will mention, guiding. You have an odd craving to try to eat dandelions.
What?
Do they have that here?
I would have thought, given that you're on the plains, you probably have to go a little bit more to the less trampled areas, but you probably better find.
There are dandelions everywhere. Dandelions are that powerful.
Yeah, they can survive just about everywhere.
I would say dandelions are the most powerful weed of all
That's
plants.
true, yeah.
But you have.
No, I feel like the most powerful weed is the one that looked like a bush in our neighbor's yard.
Well, technically, a weed is just a plant which you don't want it there. So any plant's a weed.
True.
Fair.
Our entire yard is a weed.
But yeah, you have an odd craving for dandelions.
The
That's fine,
weed
that's
I've
fine.
ever seen is some VeggieTales rumor weed bullshit.
Alright, well, thank you guys for joining, and
Just like how it was absolute silence. Like no one understood where I was going.
I saw enough VeggieTales in nature.
I honestly can't wait until I end this game. I'm excited for everybody to see Fizzle's project.
Oh yeah.
All right, see you all later.
I know what we're talking about.
Only one pony has seen Fizzle's project.
oh no. Alright,
And that is because that pony has been trying to complete things on the side so we can move things along next session.
Technically, Dive Bomb would have heard Fizzle working on it. Maybe.
Dive
Probably,
will be hiding in her room most of the time.
Yeah, I had to hunt down Dive Bomb.
But it might be more of a thing that Dive Bomb and Fizzle doing.
Anyway, don't give too much away, Mike.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
We'll see you when we see you.
Bye bye.